Yeah, this is case number 215 on the calendar in the matter of Perry versus Enriquez.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Perry, according to the complaint that I've read, your husband was arrested.
Yes.
When was he arrested?
October the 26th of 2005.
What was he arrested for?
He was arrested for possessions for sales.
Possession of drugs with
Yes.
intent to sell.
Yes.
Bail was set and he was appointed an attorney. The defendant is the attorney who was appointed by the court to represent him.
Correct.
And your husband is currently incarcerated, is that
Yes,
right?
he is.
This is your complaint. Your complaint alleges that you posted $9,000 in bond for him. And the attorney, Mr. Enriquez, told him not to report on the adjourned date that had been fixed.
Correct.
He told him to come the next day, May 26th. And when your husband showed up May 26th, he was arrested because a warrant had been issued for his arrest on May 25th, the original date set by the court.
Yes.
You believe that Mr. Enriquez is responsible for your losing your bond because once the warrant was issued, you forfeited your bond and you're out $9,000. And you believe that Mr. Enriquez was negligent in failing to either effectively communicate with your husband or effectively communicate with the court. Mr. Enriquez says that bail was not forfeited because of anything he did. The bail was forfeited because the bail bondsman decided that he didn't want to be responsible anymore for your husband's presence in the community. He felt that he was a flight risk. And he came to the court and said, I no longer want to ensure his appearance, so I want the bail revoked. It had nothing to do with his actions. So far, is that the case?
It's pretty close.
Okay. Your husband was arrested October 26, 2005. When was he bailed out?
He was bailed out on February the 26th of 2006.
Did it take you that long to get the money together?
Yes.
When you bailed him out on February 26th, what was the next adjourned date? Do you remember?
May the 25th of 2006.
When were you appointed to represent him, Mr. Enriquez?
1/8/06.
Now, February 26, 2006 is the date that Mr. Perry was released on bond.
Right.
After February 26th, when did you appear with him?
March the 25th of '06.
What was the next scheduled date, sir?
5/25 was the scheduled court date.
Now tell me what happened on May 25th, Miss Perry.
He didn't go to court on May 25th.
Tell me why.
Because he was advised by his attorney not to go to court because his attorney told him he wouldn't be able to go there because he was in trial all day that day and do not go to court.
Okay. So on May 24th, Mr. Enriquez contacted you and said, I am engaged in another trial. Don't come on the 25th, come on the 26th?
Yes, that's what he said.
Mr. Enriquez, is that correct, sir?
I didn't contact her, I contacted him.
What was the adjourned date after April 24th, sir?
June the 9th is the time that it was adjourned. The May 25th is a court date that I set myself, not the court. It's not an adjourned date. It's a motion.
Did you call the court to adjourn that motion?
Yes.
Okay. You're the bail bondsman?
Yes.
Would you step up, please? Tell me your name.
Tony Lopez?
Mr. Lopez, you were the person responsible for bailing him out.
Yes, I am.
You're also the person responsible for having the bail forfeited. Is that right?
Not really.
Well, tell me what happened.
Okay. In the month of February, we've bailed Patrick Perry for the first time.
You bailed him out in February 26th.
Yes.
Okay. What was the next court date?
Okay, well, before that even happened, July, Mrs. Patrick Perry calls me in a panic, saying that her husband, Patrick, was running, that he's going to take off, he's gone, and that you better come put him back in jail.
In July?
In July.
July of 2005?
06.
I'm talking about May of 06, sir.
I never wrote a bond until February of 06, and July of 06, and August of 06. I don't know anything about 05.
When was bail forfeited? In what month?
The bond was actually never forfeited. They stayed the warrant on May 25th of 06. but they stayed that warrant. And then we found out that they had a court date the very next day. I told my future recovery agent to go to the court date the next day to see if he would show up. He did. He surrendered the bond at that time.
On the 26th
Yes.
of May.
Yes.
So what are you talking to me about July of 2006? May, June, July. It comes afterwards.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute.
No, answer it now, Mr. Lopez.
Okay, I got my months mixed up. The first time we actually bailed him was in February of 06.
Right.
Okay, so then in July 25th...
Not July. It can't be July 25th.
May 26th of...
it's amazing to me how the criminal justice system functions at all. Mr. Lopez, listen to me carefully, sir. I'm going to ask you one question. Is what you're telling me that Miss Perry called you prior to May 25th? May, not July.
Okay, May.
I mean, by July, he was back in jail.
Right.
Right, Miss Perry?
Yes.
You did go visit him in
Yes.
June in
Yes.
jail, in
Yes.
July in jail.
Yes.
You didn't have any further conversation with Mr. Lopez in July, right?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez, you got to get your act together, sir. So, the reason that you decided not to continue his bail was because his wife told you he was going to run.
Right. That's part of the reason.
So this becomes a little more complicated. For this, we probably need a whole hour.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mr. Lopez, Mr. Lopez,
point here is this
everybody's entitled to their 15 minutes of fame, sir.
She's entitled.
You've had yours.
And later today,
My sympathy goes out to you, madam, because he is clearly challenged. I mean, stupid, he's beyond stupid.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Barbara Perry says due to the negligence of her husband's attorney, Armando Enriquez, she is out $9,000. Armando is countersuing for defamation of character.
If you had gone to court on May 25th and the defendant was supposed to appear, a warrant was issued, but the execution was stayed until the next day. Now, it was stayed, I assume, until the next day because his lawyer had called. Is that right?
Exactly.
Shut. Don't say exactly.
Oh.
Don't.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't say anything.
All right.
Mr. Lopez, did your people show up on the 26th?
Yes, I did.
Well, I assume that they showed up on the 26th, not because somebody had a crystal ball and said, well, maybe he'll show up on the 26th, but because the court had information that he was going to appear on the 26th. You following me, sir?
I follow you.
So that's why your recovery team showed up on the 26th.
That's right.
So that Mr. Rodriguez, despite the fact that he should have submitted an affidavit of actual engagement on paper, his message to the court adjourning the case to the 26th was in fact communicated to the court. Yes. Because that's why your people showed up.
Exactly.
Right? So this is my question. If the defendant had appeared on the 25th rather than the 26th, and you said to the court, we no longer want to guarantee his appearance, would the bail have been forfeited?
No, ma'am.
It would not have been forfeited.
No, ma'am.
Because he appeared.
Right.
Well, Miss Perry, it's an imperfect system. And I'm going to tell you why it's an imperfect system. Because Mr. Rodriguez did, in fact, communicate to the court that he was not going to be there, and he had told his client not to be there on the 25th. Right. Despite that fact, because the recovery team had appeared that day, and I'm sure advised the court they were looking for your husband, the court said, well, we're not going to issue a warrant for him immediately. We'll issue a warrant and stay its execution until tomorrow, because his lawyer says he's not going to be here today. Maybe he will show up tomorrow. And because there had been a warrant issued, that automatically forfeits the bail. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's an imperfect system, but it's not his fault. You know whose fault it is?
Whose?
Your husband's. Because but for the fact that you knew that your husband was going to take off, and you communicated that to the bail bondsman, because your husband was going to do the wrong thing, they came to pick him up. That's what happened. So a warrant was issued for him. Even though Mr. Enriquez did the right thing and notified the court, and even though your husband did in fact appear on the 26th, you were worried that he wasn't going to appear. you were worried that he was going to take off, because otherwise you wouldn't have told him that he was going to take off. What, Mr. Lopez?
You almost got it right, but here's what I see, and here's basically how it went down. She called my office one day and said he was going to run. He was running, take it off. I'm following him. He's at this address right now. Go get him. So she wanted him back in jail in the first place.
She wanted to secure her $9,000. I mean, is this relevant to the fact I'm dismissing this case anyway?
Okay, no, and that's what it should be. But
Why do you like now?
Thank you very much.
Keep talking. So it's over.
Mr. Lopez,
Yeah.
Mr. Lopez,
point here? It's just
everybody's entitled to their 15 minutes of fame, sir.
she's entitled.
You've had yours. Ms. Perry, the only one at fault in this case is your husband, who you had probably a legitimate concern was going to run. He was arrested and charged and probably indicted for an A1 drug felony, faces a very, very long time in prison, and you were worried that he was going to take off with your $9,000. You notified the bail bondsman. The bail bondsman followed through, and it is not Mr. Enriquez's fault. The phone call was, in fact, communicated with the court, was communicated with the judge, who did not, in fact, issue a straight warrant for your husband, but gave him an opportunity to appear the next day because the judge knew that they were looking for him because he was going to run. Goodbye. Good luck.
Thank you.
Have a happy life. That's all.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Step out.
Whatever she says, that's what it is. I mean, he know his faults. I know my faults.
They just wanted to get the $9,000 that they pay for the bond, from me.
I guess Judge Judy has the last say.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Young versus Young. Step forward.
Christine Young is suing her son, Shannon Young, for missed payments on a car she helped him buy. Shannon says his mom repossessed the vehicle in question.
Mrs. Young, this is your son. And according to your complaint, he purchased a car. You co-signed for the car for him because he couldn't get the car using his own credit. There came a time he stopped making the car payments. You were forced to assume the car payments. Ultimately, you repossessed the car, took it back from him. Your former husband, his father, took over the car at some point. You want your son to be responsible for the car payments that you made between the time he stopped making the payments and the time your former husband took over making the payments. First, tell me, Miss Young, when the car was purchased.
It was March of 2003.
What kind of car was it?
A 1999 Subaru Forester.
And it was in your name, sir?
Yes.
What's your first name?
My first name is Shannon.
And Shannon, you are married.
Yes.
And you have children.
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
I have 2 children.
Your mother co-signed for the car?
Yes.
And you made payments from March of 2003 up until when, sir?
The first payment she made was $116.05.
Why?
I didn't have the money to pay it.
Did you call her and let her know that you weren't making the payments?
She was informed, yes.
No, that's not my question.
I did let her know that if she was able to make the payment, I was sorry that she did have to make the payment, but she would be reimbursed for whatever payments that she would be making.
So did you reimburse her?
No, she took the car before I could do that.
You say in your answer that you and your mother had an argument.
Yes.
During a summer. Was it the summer of 2005 or 2006? It's not so hard, sir. We're in 2006 right now.
Yeah.
Was it last month or the month before?
It's just that we're always arguing about stuff.
No, this was the argument where you and your wife decided, according to you, that she wasn't going to see her grandchildren anymore.
2005.
So after you had this argument with her and you decided she wasn't going to see her grandchildren anymore, she still made car payments for you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even though you weren't letting her see her grandchildren.
She was not coming by to see the grandchildren. She was there for Halloween. Thanksgiving came and went. She didn't call.
Just a second. I don't ask whether she called. I'm reading your answer,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Your answer said, as a result of an argument that took place last summer, it ended with my wife and I deciding that she was not to see our children, her grandchildren.
That is correct.
And all I'm saying to you is after you told her, don't tell me what she didn't do, you told her that she couldn't see her grandchildren, she still made car payments for you.
That is correct.
Why do you think she did that?
She's a co-signer on the car.
She didn't take the car away in January. She could have.
Yes, she could have.
When did she take the car away?
I want to say April.
She didn't take the car away in February, sir. You didn't make a car payment.
No, I did not.
She didn't take the car away in March.
No.
So this lady who co-signed the car, because you didn't have reasonable enough credit. You were old enough to make babies, but you weren't old enough to have enough credit to buy a car on your own. So she had to co-sign for you. She had to make payments for you when you couldn't make the payments. Then you had an argument with her. You told her she couldn't see her grandchildren. She continued to make payments on the car for you and didn't take it away. I just want to get the timeline straight. Shannon.
Yes.
Must have been a really important argument that you and your wife decided she wasn't going to see her grandchildren anymore.
Yes.
You want to tell me about it?
Why we wouldn't let her see the grandchildren anymore?
Yeah.
She's doing her best effort to involve herself with the grandchildren. She doesn't like my wife, and so she loves the grandchildren because they're her grandchildren. Now, for example, when my first son was born, I called her up from the hospital. And
How long ago was this, sir?
this was 5 years ago.
I'm not interested in 5 years ago. Tell me what happened in the summer of 2005.
Well, she called me up asking when I would be able to make a payment for her. She asked me if I would be able to have the payment for her on Friday. I said, no, I will not be able to have it for you on Friday. I said, I'll have it for you on Wednesday. She said, well, can you have it on Tuesday? No, I cannot have it on Tuesday. I can have it for you on Wednesday because that's when I'm getting paid. And then she started asking me if I loved her or not. And I said, yes, I do love her. And then she started crying to me. And I said, you know what? You don't need to start crying. And then she says, I am making your car payments for you because you're my son and my grandkids need something to drive around on. But it's not the car payment that is upsetting me, Shannon. She says, I know I'll get the money back from you. What's really bothering me is that I have been making your brother's payments on his carpet cleaning machine, and I have made a couple payments on your brother's Mustang. And I said, that's great that you did do that, and I'm sorry that you had to make my car payment, and so it's compounding everything for you, as she did have to make the payments for her 3 sons. But I did let her know that I would pay her back for all the payments that she paid me.
So far, I'm not hearing why she can't see her grandchildren.
Because she asked me if she could come pick the grandkids up on Monday. I said, that's fine with me, but it's really not up to me. It's a decision that me and the children's mother need to make, my wife, Elizabeth. Elizabeth didn't think it was such a good idea at that time for her to see the grandchildren.
Why?
It's my wife's decision. She didn't think it was a good idea.
Just a second.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Don't say anything. Thank you. Why wouldn't you put your wife in her place, sir, is my question to you. How long are you married?
I've been married for about 5 years.
You know what the divorce rate is in this country?
I don't keep track of this.
52%. That means there's a better than 50-50 chance that 5 years from now you'll be married to somebody else. You know how many mothers you have? Oh, one. You know how many mothers you're going to have in 5 years? One. You know how many mothers you're going to have in 20 years? One. Madam, he's very challenged, and there is absolutely nothing that I can say to you. I mean, stupid, he's beyond stupid. Beyond stupid. Because his wife had a problem with picking up the grandchildren. Here from a man who's just told me that his mother loved his children, went out of her way to be supportive of her 3 sons who can't get themselves arrested because they can't pay for their own vehicles. And he decides to say to his wife, you don't want her to see the children? I'm not going to argue with you. She won't see them. Something wrong with you.
There's
something clearly wrong with you. How many car payments did you... Don't speak to me, idiot. How many car payments did you make for him?
I think there was a total of about 13 payments.
And what was each payment?
They ran anywhere from $250 to $195.
Would you please tell me the total amount of car payments you made?
$1,962.
Mr. Young, that's what you owe your mother. You also owe yourself, sir, a little bit of growing up. One of these days you're going to have heartache. I guarantee you, your heartache will be if something happens to your mother, and because of your lunacy, you cut her out of your children's lives. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused and they step out.
Raaz?
Your Honor, this is case number 195 on the calendar in the matter of Arnold versus Mealy. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Arnold, I've read your complaint. The defendant is your former boyfriend. You have a child together.
Yes.
According to your complaint, you made a loan to him to have his car fixed. You want your money back. That was while you were living together. And that subsequent to your separating, you purchased cell phones. And he was supposed to pay his bill. He didn't pay his bill. You also want him to pay for his cell phone.
Yes.
The defendant says that the money that you did, in fact, give him to have his car fixed was just that, a gift, that he provided all the support for you and his child while you were living in an apartment together, that the phone was something that he purchased, and he paid for that, and he paid for the 1 month's worth of service that he actually used the phone, and then you shut the phone off. He has a counterclaim because he says that in April, at the time that the two of you separated, you had him falsely arrested for domestic violence, and he believes he should be compensated for the 27 hours that he spent in a police precinct. Is that correct, sir?
Correct.
Okay. On what date, Mr. Mealy, were you arrested for domestic violence?
April 3rd, 2006.
And at that time, how long had you and Miss Arnold been living together?
We'd been living together for a little over a year.
Now, Miss Arnold, in the year that you were living together, you were living in an apartment. Is that right?
Correct. We lived in the apartment just from December to April.
And when was your child born?
January 24th, 2006.
Keep your voice up, please.
Okay.
So from the time you moved into the apartment, I assume, until the time that you separated in April, you were not working.
I had one job for about 2 weeks.
So you were not working?
No.
And Mr. Mealy was supporting the household?
Yes.
He was paying the rent?
Yes.
He was paying for food?
Yes.
He was paying the gas, electric, and utilities?
Yes.
Paid for the expenses of the baby at home?
Mostly.
Well, you didn't. So if...
No, but state helped.
How much did the state help?
I believe I got, well, right, as soon as I moved out, I got $4.40, and he has paid $1 towards child support in the last 3 months.
I'm not asking you that.
Okay.
I'm asking you from December until April.
Pretty much all of it.
So he paid for everything?
Yes.
And you put the car repairs on your credit card?
Part of them, yes.
$600 worth?
I put $210 down on my credit card, and I'm making payments for the rest.
How much in total?
I believe the total was $558.
$558. So for the 4 months that you lived together, your capital contribution was $558.
Yes.
That seem reasonable to you?
No, but I did have the baby.
So what? So did millions of other people, madam.
I just think it's kind of hard to work being 9 months pregnant. And...
You working now?
No.
Where are you living?
I just got a triplex with my boyfriend.
With your boyfriend?
Yes.
Well, you didn't just have a baby and you're not 9 months pregnant, so how come you're not working?
I am looking for a job.
Well, you've been looking for a long time. Your baby was born in January. So first your baby was born, then you had state aid, now you found another boyfriend to support you. Let's hear what happened in April on the 3rd, sir.
April of the 3rd, I picked Destiny up from Albertsons at the job she said she did have for 2 weeks on her lunch break. I lived 1 block from the Albertsons that she worked at.
When you say you lived there, is that where you lived together?
No, she'd actually moved out.
Okay, so she moved out and you were picking her up from work anyway?
Yeah, she asked me to come and pick her up for lunch.
Okay.
And I did so. I went down and I picked Destiny up for lunch. I brought her to my apartment.
Where was the baby?
With her mother.
Okay, so you brought it to your apartment. Is that where she wanted to go?
Yes.
For what?
For lunch.
Okay.
And at that time, me and Destiny started arguing.
What were you arguing about?
We had a car that we purchased together, and Destiny's sister's ex-fiance was the dealer of that car, and he had not sent the stuff into the state, and Destiny went back to him and asked him to change it because she was going to leave me. And
you mean to change the title?
Change the title. And he
to her name?
He rewrote the whole title to her name.
When was the car purchased?
In November of 2005.
In November of 2005, where did the money come to purchase the car?
Destiny had a car previous to that. It was a Pontiac Grand Am. We sold that car and used that money to put the down payment for that car. I supported that car and I paid for all the repairs, fixings. And
From November until April,
no, from when Destiny first moved out.
which was when?
In August 2005.
So from August 2005 until April,
Yes.
you made the payments on the car?
I made the insurance payments as well as the car repairs for both the Jeep and the Grand Am.
Who made the car payment?
Destiny had moved out and she used the state's aid for the car payment.
So you were both paying something for the car.
Correct.
Now I understand what the argument was about. You were annoyed that for whatever you put into the car, you were getting nothing.
Yes, and
Okay, fine. So that's what the argument was about. Now, what happened during the course of that argument? Because it escalated and the police were ultimately called.
Destiny also was selling my stuff on eBay.
What stuff?
Video game consoles. I had a very large collection of almost every game console, and
I don't know what that is.
the PlayStations, a Sega Saturn, and Destiny was selling on eBay. I then asked for Destiny's keys back. She said no.
You mean she was taking your property out of your house?
Yes.
Were you selling his property on eBay?
We both,
The answer is either yes or no.
technically no. We both owned the game consoles. I had talked to him about this. We sold them on eBay and we split the sharing.
Split the what?
We split the money that we received from it. He made a credit card payment and I made a payment to Les Schwab from the tires that I bought for him.
I'm not talking about tires. I'm asking you whether you were selling his property on eBay.
I know. Technically, it was both of our property and we split the money that we got from eBay.
So then there were arguments. So you asked for her keys back because you said she was taking stuff from your house.
Correct.
And she wasn't living there anymore.
Correct.
Good. Okay. And what happened when you asked for the keys back?
She denied me the keys and said
What
that
did she say?
she had more stuff inside the house. She wanted to move out. Her keys were then sitting on top of her purse. I pulled them out, and that's when Destiny grabbed for the keys back, and I refused to
Give them back.
Give them back.
Go ahead.
Destiny did scratch my arm. I had scratches on my arm, and that is in the police report. However, the police report would not be released to me.
Just listen to me. After you grabbed the keys, by the way, whose name is on the lease?
Mine.
And she had moved out when?
She moved out in July.
She moved out in July. She was still coming around in April?
Yes.
Is that right?
No.
When did you move out?
I moved out of the apartment in April.
When did you stop sleeping there?
In April.
Is that right?
Yes.
I thought you said she moved out in July.
It was the end of July, beginning of April. June.
Mr. Mealy, you want to go over the months again?
I have my months confused.
So you had not been sleeping in the apartment. You already broke up.
Yes.
Is that right? And you moved out and you moved in with your mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You told the police that he probably scratched himself to get you in trouble.
I wasn't sure what had happened. I did not recall touching him at all.
That's too bad.
And later today,
What she's telling me, sir, is that she actually did break the equipment, in so many words. She said, well, it started to fall and I sort of helped it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Destiny Arnold claims the father of her child, Nicholas Mealy, owes for car repair costs and a cell phone bill. Nicholas is countersuing, claiming Destiny had him falsely arrested for domestic violence.
Now, when you had this argument over the keys, you say that she scratched you.
Yes.
Did you touch her?
I pushed her hands away off of scratching me, yes.
Who called the police?
I did. We both did.
Who called the police first?
I did.
And where was she when you called the police?
She was outside, standing by her car.
How did you get outside?
When he ripped my purse from my hands to get my keys, I told him I was going to call the police. I ran to the next door neighbor and nobody was home. When I ran back into his apartment to grab my purse off the counter where he had put it, he was on the phone with the police telling them that I was hitting him and pushing him. So I grabbed my purse and my phone and I walked outside to the parking lot and I called the police.
So he called the police first?
Yes.
Did you have any visible marks or bruises on you?
No, ma'am.
You have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
That.
What happened, Miss Arnold, when you went to the neighbor's house?
Nobody was home.
What did you go to the neighbor's house for?
To call the police. He had taken my phone and my purse from me.
What were you calling the police about?
He had ripped my purse from me. And
So you were calling the police because he took your purse?
Yes.
Miss Arnold, you weren't honest with the police.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't. According to the police officer, you said that he assaulted you. That's not true.
He ripped...
That's not true.
Okay.
He did not assault you. He did not assault you. He took your purse because he wanted the keys. Not a smart thing to do, but he did not assault you. And the police officer noted scratch marks on him, nothing on you.
Correct.
I have no idea why he was arrested. And you told the police that he probably scratched himself to get you in trouble.
I wasn't sure what had happened. I did not recall touching him at all.
Well, that's going to be an expensive fib and an expensive scratch, Miss Arnold.
I really don't remember touching him.
That's too bad. I believe him.
Okay.
And I believe that it's an unfortunate breakup. She used her influence with the dealership to change the title to a car, which she knew you had an interest in. According to the police, she acknowledged to the police that she destroyed the sales agreement, which listed you as a co-owner of the car, and had the papers changed because that was what the dispute was about. You know, if things don't work out, Miss Arnold, they don't work out. But you're supposed to be fair and reasonable. I don't think you were fair and reasonable at all. So that's going to cost you. So I don't even have to deal with your claim. You're not supposed to make false reports about people. There's no question in my mind that if he had assaulted you and you went to a neighbor's house because you wanted your pocketbook back, if he had assaulted you, you would not have gone back into the apartment. You would have gone yet to another neighbor. But certainly if one is in fear of their life or their physical situation, they don't go back to the same environment. They leave. You chose not to do that. You chose to go back, which suggests to me you weren't in fear. You knew he wasn't going to hit you. You knew he wasn't going to put his hands on you. Yeah. And the only reason, put your hand down, and the only reason you called the police is because when you came into the apartment, he was on the phone with the police.
He is an abusive man. He has taped the binky into our daughter's mouth. My mom had seen him push
Listen to me. Stop making up stories. Sounds to me as if however old you are, how old are you, 20?
18.
18. Well, you already have a baby with one man. You moved in with your mother. Now you moved into another apartment with yet a new boyfriend. Sounds to me your life is going in a downward spiral. I suggest you fix it.
Okay.
Judgment on the counterclaim for the amount of $2,000. Your claim is subsumed by the counterclaim, which means it's taken care of by the counterclaim. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. May step out.
He will not see her. He will not have any contact with her.
They can say what they want and lie about what they want.
I will be going to get full custody.
Those are just comments.
And I know he will never see his child again.
I plan to get a lawyer and see my daughter.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Torres versus Briley. Step forward.
Music producer Clifton Torres is suing the mother of his children, Brandy Briley, for destroying his music equipment. Brandy claims the equipment was broken prior to the incident in question.
Mr. Torres, you and Miss Briley had a relationship, according to what I read, and I assume that you lived together for a period of time. It is your claim that a year ago she ruined some of your musical equipment. You want her to pay so that you can purchase new equipment.
That's correct.
Ms. Briley said that while the equipment that you are complaining about was in fact tossed over during this altercation, the altercation occurred because you pushed her and the equipment wasn't working so well to begin with. I have a few questions. You have children?
Yes, two.
Are they your children together?
Yes.
How old are they?
2 and 5.
Who do they live with?
They live with me.
And how long have they lived with you? Alone?
Alone?
Without the defendant?
I guess approximately a year, maybe a little less.
Did they live with you, Mr. Torres, pursuant to a court order?
Yes.
Was there a contested custody proceeding?
No.
Ms. Briley agreed for you to care for the children?
Correct.
Now tell me the date of this incident with your music equipment, please.
It was November 21st, and I came home from work. It was 5:30.
What kind of work were you doing?
At the time, I was working at a construction warehouse.
Could you keep your voice up, Mr. Torres?
I was working at a construction warehouse, and I came home at like about 5:30, and we had gotten into an argument.
About what?
Just about living arrangements, personal stuff.
We just had a lot of, disagreements about things.
Okay.
And the verbal argument turned kind of physical, pushing and shoving and whatnot. And as I left to leave, that's when the equipment was damaged. As I turned, because I was just trying to leave. As I turned to leave, I heard a smash on the floor. I turned around and my equipment was on the floor, destroyed.
But it did not fall as a result of the altercation.
No, it happened after the altercation.
It happened when you were
Directly
exiting.
after. As I'm trying to leave, that's when it happened.
All right, Miss Briley, tell me about it.
Basically, he came home, we got in a disagreement.
You remember what the disagreement was about?
Our living arrangements and personal problems.
What does that mean?
We were just disagreeing on lots of different things. Like, for the most part, it was our living arrangements. But as he pushes me back because he doesn't want to listen to what I have to say.
Well, he's coming home from work. You're home all day. Is
yes,
that right?
Yes.
You're home all day with 2 children.
Yes.
2 very small children,
yes.
right? Do you ever have any drug or alcohol problem?
No.
Never?
No.
You hesitated for a moment.
Well, I have drank before, but I've never had a problem with it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, he pushes me back. I go to get my balance on the stand where the MPC equipment was, and it goes to slide off. And I did help it go to the ground. Like, I didn't try and catch it or anything, but my main argument is it was already broken before any of that ever happened.
Tell me about it already being broken before.
Well, as you know, I stay at home every day, so I did all the cleaning, and it had been in the box for a period of time. And I know he said he wasn't using it for a while, so I would assume it wasn't working.
Well, you can't make any assumptions, so you don't know that it wasn't working.
From what I understood from him, it wasn't.
Did you ever tell her the equipment wasn't working?
No, I have a picture of the equipment. It actually, it was actually in the box. I have a picture of the box.
Can I see it, please?
It's basically a piece of equipment that's used in the preliminary stages of music production. It basically makes the outlining beat, and from there it goes into a computer.
So what she's telling me, sir, is that she actually did break the equipment, because that's what she said in so many words. She said, well, it started to fall and I sort of helped it. What kind of work do you do, Miss Briley?
I work with the developmentally disabled at a day treatment program.
How much money do you earn?
Is that relevant?
Yes. Anything I ask is relevant.
How would you like it then? Weekly?
Weekly,
hourly,
bi-weekly,
monthly?
however you're paid.
I make about $2,000 a month after taxes.
How much do you pay in child support?
Currently, I don't pay child support. I assist with getting their needs. Like, I went school shopping for my son. I help buy diapers. Like,
Mr. Torres.
Yes.
You are the full-time custodial parent of these children?
That's correct.
You're supposed to collect child support for them. Do you understand that, sir?
Your Honor, when we made the agreement for custody or whatnot, there was a verbal agreement, basically, that she was going to help out in certain things, and I wasn't supposed to receive child support for 6 months, so... 6
months is now passed, sir.
Right. It was a couple months before we got into court, before we made that agreement, and it's been almost 6 months since then, so... It hasn't been exactly 6 months.
Well, what I'm telling you, Mr. Torres, is it is not your right to have a support order fixed for your children.
Right.
It is the children's right to have a child support order fixed for them.
Right.
Support order.
I'm in the process. I go back on the 28th. We go back to court, so...
Fine. Do you have a bill for this equipment, sir?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please?
I actually have I'll just give this all to you. I have a police report, and I have... I don't have the receipt, because it was purchased in about 2001. I do have an ad for the same exact equipment. It's pretty much almost exactly identical.
Let me see it.
You'll be able to see that for yourself. I brought it to get looked at a shop, and they basically rendered it, irreparable, because the motherboard, the internal CPU board, is cracked due to the fall.
Did you get a protective order, Mr. Torres?
I had one at one time, but it was disengaged.
Was it as a result of this?
No, it was something that happened prior to, before that.
How much did you pay for the equipment, sir?
$2,400.
Well, you can replace it for $1,700, correct?
That's correct. That's not exactly the identical model, because
May not be, but it's also
model.
5 years ago.
I understand.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. That's all. Step out.
What is our excuse? You must step out.
I think she did the best job she could.
I think it was a fair decision.
Well, I think...
Yeah, this is case number 238 on the calendar in the matter of Abrams versus Abrams. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Abrams, the defendant is your cousin, and it is your claim that he took your debit card, and in fact stole your debit card, and used it to make calls, to call sex lines or whatever, and also that you incurred as a result of that some overdraft fees. Mr. Abrams says that you're always blaming him for things that aren't true, that aren't his fault, and he did not take any property that belongs to you. So what, Miss Abrams, makes you think that he took property that belongs to you?
Well, on the 20th of July, he took me to a doctor's appointment, and the next day, the 21st of July, when the charges occurred.
On the 21st of July is when the unauthorized charges began?
Yes.
The day later?
Yes.
What kind of charges were placed on your debit card?
There was one charge for $326.
Can I see it, please?
Yes.
Sprint PCS. What is that?
The Sprint PCS cellular phone bill.
So somebody paid a cellular phone bill on your debit card?
Yes.
And then somebody paid a T-Mobile bill?
Yes.
And then there were a lot of fees. Another T-Mobile bill for $54 on the 26th of July.
Yes, and the defendant owns the T-Mobile.
Does he also own a Sprint phone?
His brother does, as well as he does.
What's your cell phone number, sir?
Mine?
Yours?
773-827.
Okay, and what's your other phone number, sir?
What other one?
You have two phones.
No, I don't.
Your brother has a phone?
Yeah, my brother got a Sprint
What's
phone.
your brother's phone?
773-494.
Excuse me, he has the T-Mobile. That's not his T-Mobile number. Can you ask him to tell you his T-Mobile phone number?
What's your T-Mobile number, sir? Just, you be quiet. What's the T-Mobile number? Fast.
816.
So you have two phones?
No, that was my old phone until I got the new one right here.
Which phone did you have in July of 2006?
The T-Mobile.
And which number was that?
The 816.
In your honor, with that I have a paper from T-Mobile stating that the charges were made to that phone.
You had a prepaid cell phone?
Yes.
Well, you used her credit card in order to make these payments.
No, because my oldest brother, he had gave me the money to put the prepaid on.
Sir, this company has said that this phone number, 816, was used to pay bills using her credit card. You mean you think that out of the 300 million people who live in this country, it just so happens that you who took her to the doctor on the 20th of July had this phone number? Do you think that that's a coincidence that I'm about to believe?
No.
So you want to tell me what happened with her credit card?
When I took her to the doctor on the July 20th...
Just make sure I don't get aggravated. Just remember what I said. This company has verified that of the 300 million people living in this country, 816 was the one that in an unauthorized fashion used her debit card. You got it? Now I want to find out how you got hold of that card.
On July 20th, she had asked me to take her to the doctor. I took her to the doctor. When we went to the doctor, she had gave me her coat. She took her purse in the back with her. So I don't understand how I made the charges on the 20th if she had her purse with her in the back by the doctor's office.
I don't want to know what you can understand. I want to know how your number was used to make these unauthorized charges. Explain that to me.
I don't know how, because my oldest brother had gave me the $21.50 to put on the prepaid account.
Well, I don't understand it either, sir, but in July you had this number, right?
Yes, I did.
This is not something she has to deal with. This is something you have to deal with. You have to go figure out from T-Mobile resolution team, how come your phone number received the credit for all the bills that were paid that she had to pay, So that don't ask her how it happened. Don't ask me how it happened. Because I'm going to charge you for services that you received. Your bills got paid by her. Who was this?
My mother.
You get it?
Yes, I got it.
His bills got paid by her. He wants to know, how could it be if she took her pocketbook? I don't know. I don't care.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What you're telling me is Officer Bird went into her wallet and took her credit card and decided to pay your son's phone bill. Do you understand how stupid that sounds?
And later today,
Sugar got sick.
No, Sugar did not get sick, Your Honor.
So you had Toes and then you got a second cat, and the second cat died.
No, Toes and Mooney, Your Honor, was the very first cat that we had. That was Mischief.
Mischief you took and Mischief died.
Correct, Your Honor.
Oy.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marie Abrams claims her cousin, Mark Abrams, stole her debit card and used it to make several charges. Mark denies the accusation.
Now, his bills got paid. That's a very nice thing. They're his responsibility. They're his bills. He's going to pay them. You want to say something?
Yes, I do.
Good.
A lot of times when my older son would give him the money to pay the phone bill, she said, give me the money and I use my credit card. She wrote down a lot of information for him to use her credit card to pay these phone bills. She would go overdraft and pay other people's phone bills with her credit card and try to blame my son for it. And I believe my son would not do that.
Listen to me, madam. He received the credit by having his bills paid by her. Do you understand?
I understand.
Do you
Why
understand?
Would she leave her purse
Listen to
laying
me.
around?
Listen to me. Why does she leave her purse laying around?
Yeah, she left it laying around with it unzipped, and people can go in her house and pick it up, pick anything out of her purse into her room. Everybody goes in and out of her house.
The apple don't fall. How many children did you make?
5.
Oh,
Excuse me, Anna.
Just wait a second.
He doesn't know nothing about what went on my son
Listen
right
to me. I want you to try to clear your brain, if you can, and listen to the logic of what you're saying. She left her pocketbook lying around in the doctor's office, in her house. Anybody could have picked up the card. She is only charging him with the charges that were actually made that benefited him. His phone bill, his expenses. He should pay that, not her, right? Now, if what you're telling me is she left her pocketbook around and Officer Bird went into her wallet and took her credit card and decided to pay your son's phone bill. Do you understand how stupid that sounds? Now you can sit down.
Thank you.
You think she got that?
I think so.
I certainly hope so. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $900. That's all. Step out.
If I decide excuse, you may step out.
My cousin's always accusing me of doing things that I didn't do.
This is the third time he took from me.
That wasn't me. Probably one of her boyfriends.
I don't even have a boyfriend.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Laxon versus Laxon. Step forward, please.
Chris Laxon is suing her ex-husband, Henry Laxon, for vet bills he promised to pay when his cat Toes became ill. Henry says he wanted the cat euthanized.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Laxon. You mean you couldn't work this out? You had to come here?
Yes.
You two folks have been divorced for how long?
About 7 years.
And from what I read in the complaint and the answer, you have children together?
Yes.
Yes.
You have shared custody of the children?
Yes.
That seems to work out fine.
Yes.
Perfect.
So that's a testament to your parenting and your ability to put the children's needs over your own.
Thank you.
So far correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Case is about the cat.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Laxon, you had a cat for the children. How many children do you have?
I have 2 children, Your Honor.
How old are they?
Jonathan is 9 and Brittany is 8.
So 2 little kids. And I understand from the papers that they had a cat previously that died.
Yes, Your Honor.
When did that cat die?
Well, that cat died probably not too long before this one did, probably about February. We got it from the neighbor downstairs. Unfortunately, it had been through some traumatic experiences previous to that. So it was just a matter of probably when, because the kid they were watching it actually drowned it, and they brought it back to life.
So it died in February.
Yes.
And you got another cat.
Yes.
That cat's name is?
This one's now named as Sugar.
And where did you get Sugar from?
We got her from the local pet shop.
When?
I would say about 2 to 3 months ago.
And then that cat got sick. Sugar got sick.
No, Sugar did not get sick, Your Honor. The one that got sick was actually Toes.
So that was a third cat.
Okay. Well,
was
actually,
that a third cat? That was a third cat. So first you got one from a neighbor in February. That one died.
that is correct.
Then you got Sugar from a pet shop.
That was just recently.
I'm talking about the cat, sir, that is the subject of this case.
I understand, ma'am.
That's Toes.
Yes, Toes and Moonies we got.
You got Toes after the first cat died.
No, actually, we got Toes before the first cat did.
So you had Toes, and then you got a second cat, and the second cat died.
Okay. No, Toes and Mooney, Your Honor, was the very first cat that we had. When I moved into the apartment, we didn't have any pets. So Toes and Mooney, I got as both kittens, okay? And they were doing really great. Then the neighbors downstairs was about to move. They couldn't take their cat with them. That was Mischief.
Mischief you took, and Mischief died.
Correct, Your Honor.
Oh, Mischief died. And then Toes got sick?
Toes got sick probably about a month later.
And when Toes got sick, your former wife took the cat to the vet.
Yes.
And it was very expensive vet bill. She believes you should be responsible for the vet bill. And your defense is you told her that you weren't paying for the vet bill and that you told her that she should have the cat put down. And she felt as if it was not a good idea to put the cat down since the children had already lost one pet within a relatively short period of time. She now has Toes.
Yes.
And the children didn't go through the death of another pet.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, when did Toes become ill, Mr. Laxon?
I came home on a Monday night after work and picking up the kids from school, and I saw him laying on the floor very still by the refrigerator, and I, nudged him a little bit with my foot. You okay, kitty? Okay? And then I bent over.
How old was he?
Toes was probably only about 3.5 years old.
What did you do?
Well, when I bent down to rub him a little bit, make sure he was okay, I could see he was breathing. He opened up his eyes. I didn't move him, so right away, because Chris had worked with animals before, and I know she's pretty good authoritarian on cats, I called her up on the cell phone, and she called me back from work, and I said, can you please come over and look at him? I think he's dying. And she did. And then I said, I'd watch the kids, and she would take him to the vet. I said, please have him put down.
Why would you say that, Mr. Laxon? So far, up until now, quite frankly, I'm crazy about you. But why would you, before you even found out what was wrong with the cat, tell them to put the cat down? Maybe it just had indigestion.
Well, Honor, I've worked around animals a lot, being from the Midwest and Iowa and that. My cousin had a farm. I've never seen a cat or an animal like that being that sick, and knowing that the veterinarian bill would be rather expensive. We had a cat like that together in our marriage. He ended up being about $900.
But wasn't this cat part of your family? Lived indoors?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was with your children?
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
Right, Mr. Laxon, how do you explain that to your children?
Well, Your Honor, I realized that it was a very hard thing to do, a decision that had to be made.
Even before you knew what the vet said, you told her to put the cat down?
Yes, Your Honor.
You better hope that your children don't take the same approach with you when you get older. They say, listen, I love my father-in-law, I love my mother, but, my mother took good care of me. She took good care of my cat. She spent whatever was necessary to take care of the cat. My father, on the other hand, said, listen, you're part of the family, we'll get another one. Put him down.
Well, Your Honor, I realized that being that expensive, the most important thing to me was always provide for my children first. $900 could go easy for clothes, food, a college fund, or, maybe even a couple more toys. I mean, another cat would actually be more cost effective. I do love animals very much. I love Toes.
Mr. Laxon, what you're saying is you can have an animal in your house for a substantial period of time, have an animal part of your household, and if it gets sick or if it requires expensive shots or something, you just say, listen, let's put this one down and get a new one, because I can use that money instead to pay for your college or to buy an extra pair of jeans or something. Why would I spend that on an animal that I can replace for nothing? Is that what I'm hearing, Mr. Laxon? That's what I'm hearing, sir.
I understand you're saying that. You can never replace love on an animal.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Laxon, and I guarantee you, if you gave your children the choice of whether they got an extra toy or whether their cat was given the medical assistance they needed, your children would say, take care of Toes.
That is correct. Unfortunately, being as young as they are, they don't always understand the necessary things it is to be an adult and make important decisions to run a household.
Well, I'm talking to you about making a decision that I believe is in the best emotional welfare of your children. Children can get along without another toy. They can even get along, without an additional jacket, or they can get along without expensive sneakers. But it takes a while for them to get over the loss of a pet, especially when they're aware of the fact that the pet could have been saved with money, even money that you may have to pay over a long period of time. I want to tell you something, Mr. Laxon. You're gathering from what I'm saying, sir, that you don't have my sympathy.
I understand, Your Honor.
Good. Okay, so you took the cat to the vet, and what happened, Mrs. Laxon?
Well, I originally met Henry and the children at the golf lessons, and he told me off to the side that the cat was laying on the floor dying. So I said, I'll come over to your house, because if it's dead, the kids won't be able to handle it, and I'll take care of the kids. I got there, the cat was still breathing, and I said, I'll take him to the vet. I have an open credit card. If you'll pay my credit card bill back, I'll be happy with that. It's a zero balance. I won't charge anything else to it. He said, okay. So I took my daughter, who was 7 at the time, with me to the vet. She waited while they took the cat. I called Henry and said, they're doing these tests on it. It's going to be about $300 for the tests. He said, okay. About 10, 15 minutes later, they came back with the x-rays, the blood results, and they said, this is what's wrong with the cat.
What was wrong with the cat?
He had kidney problems, kidney infection. They weren't sure at first whether it was stones or kidney failure. He had blood in his kidneys, so they had to catheterize him. He was in the hospital for 5 days. Actually, he was in for 7 days. But I called him back and I said, this is going to run this much. It's going to be over $1,000 for the whole thing. What do you want me to do? He said, go ahead, we've already gone this far. I said, okay. So they took the cat. I took my daughter back to his house, picked up my son, and we left. Next day, my understanding, Henry went down and visited the cats at the hospital. On Thursday, he called the vet. And on Friday, I went to pick up the children from his house. I said, how's the cat? Let me see him. He says, well, you should have put the cat down. I told you to do that. It's your bill. You're stuck with it. If you want the cat, he's at the vet still. I said, that was never our agreement. I took our daughter with us. I would never kill a cat with my daughter in the room. He said, well, it's your problem. So I called the vet. I picked the cat up on the Sunday. He's now home with me. He's had medical treatments. He's doing very well. He's 14 pounds, and he just loves us to death. He's like a little puppy.
How many cats do you have in your house now, Mr. Laxon?
I have 2, Your Honor.
And you?
I have 4 now. Mine are very old, 15 years old.
Is it true, Mr. Laxon, that your former wife took your daughter with her to the vet?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
Were you there when she took your daughter to the vet?
I was at the house when she took the daughter to the vet, yes, Your Honor.
And you want me to believe that she took the cat to the vet with your daughter there and they were going there for the purpose of putting the cat down?
Yes, Your Honor, because that's what I had instructed her to do.
Okay. When she came back, Mr. Laxon, and you found out that she had not put the cat down, and it was your cat, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you pick up the phone and call the vet and tell the vet to put the cat down?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Why not, Mr. Laxon?
Because I depended on Chris to do that.
No. Listen, you just said to me, sometimes when you're a parent, you have to make hard decisions. And even though your children don't understand those hard decisions, that's what you have to do as a parent. So here, you gave an instruction to your former wife to put the cat down.
Yes, Your Honor.
Something that you could have done.
That's true.
Same way, you take your daughter and go to the vet and put the cat down. It's your cat, right?
You're right, Your Honor.
But you gave the cat to your wife with your instruction, according to you. Now, the same day you found out that this is not what she's going to do, you had 2 options. Either you let her go ahead with it, or you call the vet and say, this is my cat, and I'm giving you an instruction to put the cat down. You chose not to do that. You pay the bill. How much is the bill?
The total bill was $1,231.96.
Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Number 275 on the calendar in the matter of Glenn versus Chavez. Parties have been sworn in. You're welcome. You may be seated.
Is this your son?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you ask the young man to wait outside until we're ready for him?
Sure.
If ever.
Come on. This way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Mr. Glenn, according to your complaint, you rented a room from Mrs. Chavez with your son.
Yes, ma'am.
And you claim that she unlawfully locked you out of the apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
You suffered damages as a result of this unlawful eviction. You want returned your rent, a deposit, your moving expenses, and punitive damages.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Chavez says that she never locked you out of the apartment. You left, and she is counterclaiming for a variety of things: stolen property, damage to the apartment, and sexual battery, which she will explain to me. When did you rent this room, and why were you looking for a room?
My son and I were living in an environment that I felt was unacceptable for him. My work hours are late, and I wanted somewhere where I could consider him home at 12 years old. So I responded to an ad for a room for rent in a beautiful home, and I quote to you, cable, DSL, nice neighborhood. And I met Elena with my wife, and I told her that...
Were you and your wife living together?
No, at the time, no. I went through 17 months of self-employment, and financial problems prerequisited her to move in with her parents, and myself and my 12-year-old son to move into a smaller residence. We had a condo.
Your son is not the product of this marriage?
No, no, ma'am.
So you were separated from your wife at the time?
Yes. And we left and had a good conversation with Elena the first time I met her. And
when was that?
That was, I think, late May of this year.
When did you move into the room?
June...
About June 28th.
June 28th or something to that effect. She may have documents too.
Is that right? When did he move in?
He moved in July 2nd.
Do you have a lease?
Yes, ma'am.
I can see it, please.
This is for the first room, and this is for the second room.
How many rooms were there?
There were two. The first one, the 28th, the second, I mean, it's 4 days difference. When I had the conversation with Lynn and my wife concerning the potential rental, and my wife and I spoke about it, we thought it was a good idea, but I didn't have the capital. She wanted a month's rent and a month's rent for deposit. So I approached her again some days later and asked her if she'd be willing to rent to me with just the rent up front, and then we can make payments or something for the deposit. She hesitated not 1 second, absolutely. So my son and I, we moved into a small room that was very small, but it accommodated us. Nice house. We went into the other room after the fact. It was a much larger master bedroom. So.
Okay, how much was the rent on the second room?
$800 per month.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
So you were in the second room, $800 per month, on or about the beginning of July, and you paid her how much?
She probably has receipts for that effect also, 7 something, and...
Mr. Glenn, you knew you were coming to court today.
Right. My stuff is all over the place in storage and everywhere because of this.
Mr. Glenn, that's not my problem. That's your problem. You know you're coming to court. If your stuff is all over and you're talking about a couple of months ago, you get it. You get it together so that you have it.
I apologize.
Ms. Chavez, how much did he pay you when he moved in the beginning of July?
When he moved in the beginning of July, he gave me $600. The last payment he gave me to complete that was $200, supposedly $200, but he only gave me $150 of it, lacking $50.
Oh, $750 you received from him the entire month of July, and what was owing on that room was $800 for the rent. Is that right?
I agree with that.
What about the security deposit? How much did you receive for security deposit?
He never paid that, Your Honor.
Is that correct, sir?
Not during the month of July.
That's what I'm asking you. So the month of July, you never paid for the security deposit.
No, ma'am.
And you were $50 short on rent.
Yes,
now
ma'am.
Let's get to August.
Okay.
How much did he pay you for the entire month of August?
$770.
So for the entire month of August, you were $30 short in rent, correct, sir?
Mm-hmm.
And how much did he pay towards the security deposit?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Is that correct, sir?
No, ma'am.
How much did you pay towards the security deposit in August?
In the month of August, I paid $80 to her on the 26th, and I think I paid her $172 or something down to my penny in the 1st of August. So it's about $250 and 20 cents, roughly. For deposit.
And an additional $770 for
rent.
For rent.
Right.
Yes.
That's not true. I give him receipts when he gives me money, and
she gives me receipts like this sometimes also.
Just a second. In any event, there came a time, according to you, take your hands off your hips,
Yes, ma'am.
Came a time, according to you, in the month of August, that you told her you were leaving.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you tell her you were leaving?
August the 26th. I was paid by a side job that I did. I'm an auto mechanic. Fixed her car a few times and said, Elena, let me give you $80, you know, towards my rent because I'm going to be about $80 short. She took the cash money and she put it in her pocket and she said, Tim, I can't put that towards the rent. That's got to go towards the deposit. And I said, okay, understandably so. But if you do that right now, I won't have the rent complete on the 1st. And she goes, it's not my problem. I don't have nothing to do with it. So I told her, I'm going to move out on the 1st. I'll make other arrangements, okay? That was Saturday the 26th, I believe it was.
Okay.
Sunday, we go to court, my son and I. Court. We went to church. And when we walked out of church, I turned my cell phone on and I received a voicemail from Elena. And I can't quote you exactly, but the gist of the thing was I've been crunching some numbers and you owe me $290 right now, she told me, and until I get that money, you will not get back in the house and you will have to take me to court for your property. This is the day before school starts, and I have a 12-year-old boy, all right? So I called her based on that voicemail, and I said, do you want to call the sheriff or do you want me to call the sheriff? Because I've paid you all the rent for this month. I gave her $80.
Well, you hadn't. You were still shy. But she is still required to go to court to evict you.
So she says, okay, you know what? You call them if you want to. So I call the sheriff. 40 minutes later, they show up. I take my cell phone out. I play the voicemail for the sheriff. She said in the voicemail, you know, until you pay me the money, you're not getting your stuff. The sheriff said, I can't touch this. But if you want to go knock on the door, I'll stand there to effect the peace, okay? So I approach the door and I knock very lightly. Okay, there are people there, and Justin's mom was there also. He's one of the witnesses for her. And no one answers the door. The sheriff then decides to knock on the door herself, somewhat louder. Okay, we know we've gotten attention at this point. No one will answer the door. Then the sheriff decides to take the flashlight. Knock, knock, knock. She's getting angry, the female deputy, all right? We see Elena through the door window go upstairs quickly, and she won't answer. Sometime later, Elena comes to the window and says, who is it that's knocking at my door? And she said, this is the sheriff's department, ma'am, I need to speak to you. And she said, go ahead. And she said, I need you to come to the door. And she goes, I'm not going to open the door for him. And she said, why not? And she said, because he owes me money. And the sheriff's department said, do you have an eviction papers? Do you have anything like that you can show me? And she goes, no, but he owes me money and I'm not letting him until he pays. Justin's mom comes to the door to come outside of the house and she walks out. When she does, the deputy puts her foot in the front door. And Elena tried to close the door on the deputy. And the deputy said, I'm not having that, and she bowled her way into the house. I think you'll get a chance.
Do you think I need help?
I'm sorry. You have to understand what I've been through. I apologize.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He proceeded to move his hips left to right with such force that his genitalia made slapping sounds, and he laughed about it.
Miss Chavez, you know you're full of baloney.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Timothy Glenn says ex-landlord Elena Chavez owes for an illegal eviction. Elena is countersuing for a security deposit, the return of property, and sexual battery.
Go ahead.
This is unbelievable. The deputy then forced their way into the house, at which point Elena became completely irate. Just unbelievable. She almost sat on the ground going nuts. She told them I stole money from her. She told them that I broke her gate and that I exposed myself to her and her 2 children, all right? At this point, I thought about it for a moment and I said, I don't even want back in this house because I can't leave my boy here. Who knows what she's going to do?
Do you have a police report?
They did not make a police report.
The answer is you don't.
No, they didn't. Here's the case number if you want to call them and verify.
Do you have a police report? I'd like to see it, please.
Okay.
You see what they both have.
So the watch commander looked at me and he goes, do you want to be here? And I said, no, but I want my stuff. And he goes, well, you know, go get your stuff. So I went upstairs and started to get my stuff. And the whole time I've got my cell phone on, my wife is listening to it on speakerphone the whole time. And the watch commander said, can you prove this to me, what you just said? And she goes, yes, I can. She goes, Justin, Alex, and that's these 2 guys here. And they come downstairs with their hands in their pockets looking at the ground. And he goes, this woman says that he exposed himself to her and her kids. Can you testify to that? And Justin and Alex both looked at him and went, nope. And he said, ma'am, I don't want to hear anything else from you. I want you to sit down and let him get his stuff. And I left.
And did you get your stuff?
I got all of it, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And as I left, I gave Justin in the presence of Kareem, everything that belonged to Elena, the wireless modem, the stereo pieces, the leather jacket I still owed money on, even some chairs that belonged to another renter.
What leather jacket that you still?
A leather jacket I was buying from her. I gave her $10 out of 50, and I had forgotten it in my closet, but as I was moving, I saw it. In his presence, I gave everything that belonged to her to him. And if I still have anything else, it's because I forgot it. I'm not taking nothing from her.
Put your hands down. Put your hands down.
This is just unbelievable.
So I have a few direct questions to ask you, Ms. Chavez. Did you leave a message on Mr. Glenn's cell phone on or about the 26th of August?
No, it was on the 28th, Sunday 28th.
And what did you say in the message on his cell phone?
That he needed to pay at least the $290, and that I wasn't going to open the door. He doesn't have keys because he lost them, and I told him, I'm tired of being your door person. He's broken my gate trying to get over the gate to get in the house.
Listen, I asked you what you said.
That he needed to pay that to get in the house, and that I wasn't going to open the door if he wanted to come in.
Listen to me. You cannot do that. You cannot lock him out. You cannot prevent him from entering. That's an illegal eviction. You cannot do that.
I wasn't
doing that. Yes, you were. Ms. Chavez, you absolutely were.
I didn't change the locks.
I don't care whether you changed the locks. Listen to me. I read the police.
If he went and got his keys, he could have come in.
I'm speaking. You were home when the police came to your door.
Yes, I was.
You refused initially to open the door for the police.
For him. The police had to open
Ms. Chavez! You refused to open the door for the police. You cannot do that. Now, when the police finally were able to gain entrance to your house and speak to you, what was the first thing that you said to them?
I said I would let her in, but not him. And she said, fine, I just want to come in. So she came in, and we started talking. And she asked me what was going on, and I explained it to her. And
what did you tell her? The first thing that you told the police officer as to why you weren't letting him in your house?
Because he owed money, and I was trying to make an attempt to get him to pay some of it.
Okay. Now we're going to get to your counterclaim. Take your hands out of your pockets.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Your counterclaim is that A, he owes you for rent. B, he stole property from your house. You were unclear in your answer as to what property he stole. Do you want to tell me now?
Yes, he took with him 2 towels, a rug, a VCR that I had loaned him. He never returned it. The cable transformers and the modem key that was given to him by Charter. He never returned those things.
Okay. Do you have any of those things?
Everything I thought was hers I gave to Justin, but I'm willing to look in my stores and see if I have the VCR still. I mean, you can buy a brand new 4-head stereo VCR for $20 at Walmart, right?
I got it. I got it. Okay, so that's a lot of baloney. It sounded like a lot of baloney to me because it wasn't even listed in your answer. But what you want the most for is you claim a sexual battery.
Yes.
You want to tell me about that, Ms. Chavez?
Timothy Glenn claims he was illegally evicted by former landlord Elena Chavez. Elena claims Timothy committed lewd acts.
Now, you claim a sexual battery.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The first time it happened was about the 3rd week of July. We were in the kitchen, my roommates, Alex, Justin, and we were proceeding to have lunch. Everybody fixes their own thing. And he came in, and he's very, happy, smiley guy. And he started talking about how easy it is for him to get women. And he proceeded to move his hips left to right with such force that his genitalia made slapping sounds, and he laughed about it.
Oh, my.
And I was like totally grossed out, and I told him that it wasn't funny because he was laughing. He thinks it's funny.
What else, Ms. Chavez?
And other occasions he's done it before.
Ms. Chavez, you know you're full of baloney.
Yeah. I'm not.
Hey, quiet. You want to go to the theater, go to a movie. It's a court.
He did this, okay?
Listen to me. If he did it, and if you were so offended by it that you wanted to terminate his lease, I'm speaking. You give him 30 days notice in July, which is when you say this happened and say, I cannot have that kind of behavior in my home. You chose not to do that, so I cannot believe I'm speaking. So close your mouth. Put on your listening ears. You chose not to do that. What you chose to do was to allow him to stay there and then illegally lock him out. And when push came to shove, you resurrected this baloney to justify your illegal activity. And what I'm telling you is, you cannot do that. And it's a terrible thing to say about somebody, especially somebody who was the custodian of a child, especially that. Put your hand down.
Honor, I am.
Put your hand down. In addition,
in front of them, and not more than once.
Listen to me. You had an option. Your option was, I'm speaking. It's irrelevant that you spoke to him. If the conduct was so offensive to you, you give him a 30-day notice, which is your right. He is a month-to-month tenant, and he would have to leave. You chose not to do that. You chose, after this happened in July, according to you, I'm speaking, put on your listening ears, you chose, according to you, to accept rent in August, according to you, of $770. And if the conduct so grossed you out, all you had to do in July was say, I want you out. You chose not to do that. So I disbelieve how grossed out you are by any of his conduct. You cannot do what you did, and especially make allegations of a sexual nature with regard to someone who is a custodial parent. Very bad. And I also gather from your answer, because he's got a complaint, that you called his son's school. The very day he moved out, you called his son. I'm speaking. You called his son's school to say that he was no longer living at that address. What was the reason for that?
The document states that I have to do that.
Oh, show me. Show me the document that states that you have to call the day after he moves out.
I called 3 days.
Show me. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Glenn, this form that she has indicates that she has to advise the school within 3 days if you've changed your residence.
Okay, well, that's not all she told the principal.
Well, I don't know what she told the principal unless you have the principal here.
No, he wouldn't come.
Well, your allegation is that vindictively, and I guarantee you vindictively she made this call, but she is required to do it, and therefore I cannot in good conscience rule in your favor with regard to that part of your complaint. I think Ms. Chavez acted wrongly. I think she made an excuse for her behavior after the police told her that she couldn't evict you.
I agree.
She couldn't lock you out, and she said, well, you were a threat to her because you sexually battered her. You may have been guilty of poor judgment or poor taste in your storytelling, Mr. Glenn, but there is no evidence whatsoever of sexual battery. Is there? Right. Okay. Mr. Glenn, where did you go after you left her house?
Well, I went to Corinne Pardina's house that night. We didn't know where we were going to go until about 7 p.m.
Okay, so you went to somebody's house, you slept there. Where are you living now?
Right now, we're living next door to my wife in Altaloma. We're on the way back again, and it's great. I mean, everything's coming together.
Well, that's fine. So it worked out reasonably well, but I believe that you have to be compensated, not just because she refused to allow you in, because ultimately what you said was, I'm afraid to leave my son here because she's acting like a nut. Hey. So I'm going to take my son and go elsewhere because I can't leave him here, and she acted improperly.
Whether it was a motel
I'm speaking.
I'm sorry.
I believe the fact that she told the police this baloney story about sexual battery is worthy of compensation. And it's worthy of compensation because of who you are, because of the fact that you are a custodial parent. And I don't think that she has the right to use that as an excuse for her illegal behavior. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. Your counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. 17 on the calendar in the matter of Graham versus Bowman.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Graham, according to the complaint that I read, you rented an apartment from Miss Bowman.
Yes.
When did you rent the apartment from her?
The summer of 2004.
July or August?
I'm not sure of the date, Your Honor.
When did he rent the apartment, Miss Bowman?
In the fall time of 2004.
Do we have a month?
Yeah, it was in November, actually.
Does that sound right?
That sounds about right.
And then, according to you, Mr. Graham, you were incarcerated for a period of time, and you claim that Miss Bowman stole some of the property that was in your apartment when you were there. Miss Bowman says she did not do that. She says that your friend Gail, with whom you are currently living, who lives in the apartment complex, she took your property. She has no knowledge of your property. She did take a couple of things that she says she had loaned to you when you moved in. Those were bookshelves.
Correct.
And what else?
And a desk.
And a desk. Those are the two things that you indicate
I
here.
had many other things there that belonged to me, but I did not take them.
Bookshelves and a desk were the only two things that you removed from the apartment.
Correct.
Now, Mr. Graham, when were you incarcerated?
On the 22nd of May.
How long were you in jail?
40 days.
For what?
Drug paraphernalia possession.
What items do you claim that Ms. Bowman took from your apartment?
Couch, two couches, bedroom set, laptop computer, a variety of miscellaneous electrical items. I'm an electrician.
Like what?
Lights, ceiling fans, outlets.
You mean that weren't in the walls? That
Not
were
in the
just
walls.
there?
Yes, just there. Yeah.
So, tools of your trade. What
Yes.
else?
I had a variety of things that I had a list of, and unfortunately I didn't bring the list with me, but it was...
All right, Mr.
Okay.
Graham, what proof do you have that Miss Bowman, who denies that she took these things from your apartment, what proof do you have that she took them?
Well, besides the fact that my friend and neighbor was there when it was being taken, I also have some photos, Your Honor, that the neighbor who lived in the apartment across the driveway happened to take.
I'd like to see them.
Yes.
Who has a blue truck?
Nobody I know.
The truck is purple, Your Honor.
Purple truck.
My brother.
I'm going to ask you some questions. I better get a reasonable answer. Your last name is?
Bowman.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 39 years old.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a painter.
Of houses?
Houses. I do maintenance. My sister owns rental properties.
So you work for your sister?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you employed on an annual basis by your sister, or does she pay you periodically?
Periodically, hourly.
How long have you worked for your sister?
Here in the last 4 months.
Prior to that?
I worked as a forklift operator, supervisor.
You took your purple truck to Mr. Graham's house that he was renting, and you and your sister removed certain property. Is that correct?
My sister had called me at the end of May.
I have pictures. I just want you to know that I have pictures.
I
So let's
understand.
not play with each other.
Yes, ma'am.
I asked you a specific question. I said, did you go to the house and remove certain property that was in the house that Mr. Graham was renting?
The property that belonged to my sister.
The house that Mr. Graham was renting?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
What property did you remove, sir?
There was a desk.
You'll be very careful.
Computer
Desk.
Yeah.
Go
Shelf.
ahead.
Old lamp.
A lamp. What else?
There was a few boxes, miscellaneous boxes.
Boxes. Say nothing, Miss Bowman. Boxes. What about tables, sir? Did you remove any little tables? Did you remove any little tables, sir?
Not that I recall, I didn't. Gail was there with her truck, too. In the process, I
I'm
was...
talking about a purple truck.
Yes, Your
That
Honor.
would be yours.
Yes, it would.
What color is your truck?
Brown.
Did you remove any upholstered pieces from the house, Mr. Bowman?
No,
You know
Your
what upholstered pieces are?
Rugs, upholstery...
I didn't say rugs. Rugs aren't upholstered pieces, sir. I'm talking upholstered pieces, usually chairs and sofas.
There was one sofa...
One sofa. Let's just get there. One sofa.
One sofa.
All right, so you removed a sofa.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there were some boxes. How many boxes were there, Mr. Bowman?
I would say 2 to 3.
And with your hands, show me how big the boxes were, sir.
I would say the boxes were that size.
What did you do with the boxes?
The boxes got thrown in the garbage along with the rest of the kitchen utensils, all the food that was spoiled and rotten.
Where did you throw them?
right there in the alley, in the garbage.
I'm asking you about the things that you put in your truck, sir.
Yeah, them items, them boxes, all was garbage. We were cleaning the apartment out to rent it out to another tenant while Mr. Graham had been in jail.
What did you do with the sofa, sir?
The sofa went down to our uncle's house, who said that he was going to use the sofa, which was...
Just answer my questions. I asked you what you did with the sofa. Sofa you brought to your uncle's house. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you do with the lamp?
The lamp was also with my uncle.
2 little end tables. Those go to your uncle's house too with the lamp?
Yes, Your Honor.
See how easy that was, Mr. Bowman?
Yes, ma'am.
Sit down. You got my drift.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'm 10 paces ahead of you, Miss Bowman. Your brother has just indicated, marginally, that your uncle has been the recipient of largesse in a sofa, end tables, and a lamp that we know about. That is not a desk and bookshelves. We understand each other?
Yes, Your Honor.
These photographs don't show a laptop, computer, fans, tools, and other stuff. But, Miss Bowman, you took more out of his house than the desk that you let him borrow and the bookshelves. You know how I know that? Because he told me so.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I didn't witness them taking anything else. I just asked about the shelf and the desk.
You see how dry-mouthed you get when you lie? When you lie, your mouth gets really, really dry, Miss Bowman.
And later today,
she blew me off to go out with her friends.
I'm still waiting for the explanation, sir, of why you're not responsible for this accident after you had had an evening of drinking and were driving somebody else's car.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Benjamin Graham says former friend and landlord Lark Bowman stole belongings from his home when he went to jail.
You lied when you told me that the only thing you removed from the house was a desk and bookshelves.
I didn't stay the entire time, so I don't know what else was there.
You lied when you told me that the only thing you removed were desks and bookshelves. He works for you. He is your employee. Anything that he did is attributable to you. He is your agent.
Gail, when I went in, Gail said, I'm going to pack up all Benjamin's stuff. Whatever's left there, I would have to go out to the dump. We moved 2 couches out to the dump.
Listen to me very carefully, madam. That could have been something that you told me. That you took. I'm speaking. That you took other items from the house, but you took them from the house because they were not being used. Your uncle would have put them to good use, so you took them because he was in jail and Gail told you to. You could have told me that. That's not what you told me. You told me that the only thing you removed from the house was a desk and bookshelves. And that, madam, was not true.
I didn't witness them taking anything else. I just asked about the shelf and the desk. And I've got pictures of Benjamin's car.
I'm going to explain something to you from my perspective.
Okay.
You're not telling the truth. Now, I could say that in many different ways. You see how dry-mouthed you get when you lie? When you lie, your mouth gets really, really dry, Miss Bowman. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He called me about 2:30 in the morning and asked for bail money.
To steal from me and take my belongings and then lie about it, it's just beyond me.
He said, I guess you're not the friend I think you are. And I said, well, I can't help you.
I reached out to her as a friend, but she didn't. Only thing that hurt me is she told me God told her no, and that was upsetting to me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Mayfield versus Ruiz. Step forward, please.
Rochelle Mayfield is suing her daughter's ex-boyfriend, 23-year-old Salvador Ruiz, for wrecking her Hyundai Sonata while driving drunk.
Miss Mayfield, this is your daughter?
Yes.
And this used to be her boyfriend?
Yes.
Does she live at home?
Yes.
Who else lives at home?
My husband and my 2 granddaughters.
Her children?
Yes.
How old are her children?
One is 7 and one is 5.
Where's their father?
He is their father.
That would be you. So this is what this case is about, Mr. Ruiz. You borrowed Miss Mayfield's car. You got the car from your former girlfriend.
Yes.
You had an accident with the car. The car was damaged to a point where it cannot be driven. And Miss Mayfield would like you to pay for the car, right?
Yes.
And you said, don't look at me. She gave me permission to drive the car.
That's correct.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You think he's ready?
He's not ready.
You think he'll ever be ready?
We'll see.
How old are you, Mr. Ruiz?
23.
Did you and Miss Mayfield's daughter ever live together?
We lived on our own for a while prior to moving in with Rochelle and her husband. And shortly after the accident, due to disputes and conflicts, we decided that we would split up.
What kind of work do you do?
Install carpet.
How much money do you earn a year?
I really couldn't tell you averaging it out. We get paid by the yard per job that we do.
Mr. Ruiz, you're supposed to know how much you earn a year, sir.
I don't always make the same every year.
How much did you make last year?
More or less about $25,000.
Is that what you reported on your tax returns?
No, I did not.
What did you report on your tax returns?
I did not do my tax returns.
Did you get a special dispensation from somebody not to file tax returns, Mr. Ruiz?
See, I'm a subcontractor, and
subcontractors don't file tax returns? I have to check that out in the U.S. Code. I wonder what section of the U.S. Code it says that subcontractors don't file tax returns.
Whoever's in charge, whoever's our boss,
never going to be ready.
They get the check, and then they have to split it up between, they then pay their workers their subcontractors who they have working for them.
And I assume that you've been doing this work for the past several years, so you've never filed tax returns?
No, I haven't.
I knew it was going to get good. Knew. Everybody who works pays taxes. They file tax returns.
Right.
April 15th of every year, everybody scurries to the post office, signs their name, and puts a check in the mail. Sometimes you get a check back. The boss doesn't pay taxes. If you're an independent contractor, you pay your own taxes.
No, our supervisor, that's his duty to take care of, to file for, I think, quarterly taxes, he calls it, which we have to then pay, but then it's taken out from when we get paid from our checks.
Oh. No, it's not an O. It's not an O. It's a duh. There's a difference between an O and a duh.
You said duh.
Mr. Ruiz, I assume that you've seen me on television before, sir.
From time to time,
right?
yes, Your Honor.
Do you think I'm an intelligent person?
Yes, I think you are.
You wouldn't think that I would lie to you, right? And if you think that I wouldn't, maybe would lie to you because I may not like you for some reason, you don't think that he would lie to you, right?
I don't think that at all.
Tell him. What'd you tell him?
You have to pay taxes.
And you have to file tax returns even if you don't owe any money. That way, when she takes you to court for support, she'll know exactly how much you're earning, right? All right, now, Mr. Ruiz, you want to explain to me, sir, before the IRS comes after you, why, sir, you don't owe Miss Mayfield the value of her car that you wrecked?
On the night of the accident, which was Sweetest Day.
Which was what?
Sweetest Day.
Sweetest?
Sweetest Day. Basically, we had a conversation about it earlier. It's probably been around about 30 years. Seemed to have just appeared maybe 9 years ago. We chalk it up as a Hallmark holiday.
Similar to Valentine's Day.
Right.
Myself and her daughter, Brandy, we had plans to go out that night. She blew me off to go out with her friends. Later that night, after she found out her friends blew her off to be with their boyfriends and whatnot, she told me, okay, well, now we can go out and, do whatever you wanted to do. I was upset with the fact that she had blown me off to begin with. So I explained to her that, I don't want to...
So you didn't explain to her. You said, I'm not going with you. And what did you do?
No, I did explain to her. I told her my reason as to why I didn't want to go with her anymore.
Right. I'm
And
not
I pointed out the
second
fact
choice. I'm not second choice or third choice.
Right. I wanted
Gotcha.
her to know that.
Come on.
So I told her I
Hurry
was
up. The
going out by
IRS is
myself.
almost at your door.
I told her I was going to go out by myself. She said, okay, here's the keys, go ahead. I went out to a bar, I had a couple drinks.
When did you go out? At what time?
It was...
When did he go out? What time?
It had been around 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. What time did you get home?
A little bit before 12.
So you were gone for 3 hours.
Right.
And what bar did you go to for this 3 hours?
A bar and a restaurant called the Brat Stop.
Who'd you go there with?
By myself.
So you weren't even talking to anybody?
No, well, the bartender.
Just the bartender.
I mean, he was wondering
And then
why.
you had an accident coming home, and and your car went in the ditch.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm still waiting for the explanation, sir, of why you're not responsible for this accident after you had had an evening of drinking and were driving somebody else's car.
Well, I was struck by another vehicle. That's what caused me to go onto the side of the road to the ditch. The car that struck me took off. I started to follow the vehicle. So after I realized I couldn't catch up to him, I proceeded to go back to their house. I explained to her.
Well, you get to a point why you're not responsible.
For one, I didn't cause the accident. After I went to go try to file the police reports, I found out the car didn't have insurance. And I attempted many times to file the police report to try to get some kind of outcome out of it.
How many times did you go and file the police report?
I never got to file the
How
police
many
report.
times did you try? You said you spent a lot of time trying.
I called more than 5 times. I had called the first.
Who did you call?
The sheriff's office.
You called at least 5 times.
Yes,
Should
and
have
they
called the
kept giving me
IRS
the runaround.
once. 4 times the police department, 1 time IRS. Where's the car now?
It's at my house.
You have what it'll take to fix it?
Yes, I do.
Let me see.
And pictures of the car.
What year car is it?
It's a 2001.
Why isn't it insured?
Unfortunately, at the time, my husband had received a speeding ticket. At the time, his vehicle insurance was coming due, and it went up about $900. So the insurance lapsed on my car.
You owe any money on this car?
Yes, I do. I still make monthly payments for it.
You're in big trouble. You don't live together anymore, or do you live together?
I live with my mother. I don't live with him anymore.
Where does he live?
In
Stand up.
Illinois.
Stand up. When was the last time you spent an evening with Mr. Ruiz?
Before he moved out.
Does he send you any money for the children?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not an answer.
No, he doesn't give me child support. He buys the girls stuff for school and then in clothes. I don't get like a regular amount a month.
Why not?
I don't ask for it. I just ask if I need something, I ask him for it.
That's not the way it works. He's supposed to pay money, cash money. Wants to buy his daughter's clothing? Terrific. That's what fathers do.
I know that's my mistake.
Has he ever been declared the father of these children in a court?
No, but he is the father.
I didn't ask you whether he is or not.
No.
Has the state ever paid any money towards these children's support?
No. I've worked for 7 years since my first daughter was born.
He's supposed to pay child support. And you're supposed to help your mother.
I do help my mother. I pay rent and I pay for...
If what you're telling me is you don't need Mr. Ruiz's money, then what I'm going to tell you is this. You open up 2 bank accounts in your children's names and say, I'm going to pay my mother the support for the house and for the gas and electric and food and everything else. I'm going to take Mr. Ruiz's money, I'm going to put it in the bank for their college. You would like your children to have a future?
Yes.
Well, get it from their father. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Levy, you and the defendant were friendly, and there came a point when you and 2 of your 4 children moved in with Miss Amrit. According to you, there was a disagreement. You left.
Correct.
And took much of your property with you, but left some there, including, according to you, a valuable ring. You claim that Miss Amrit refused to return your property, and in addition, she slandered you to your father.
Correct.
Alleging that you were abusing drugs.
Correct.
You want to be compensated. Miss Amrit says she gave you ample opportunity to get your stuff. she finally disposed of your stuff, with the exception of the ring, which she says she returned to you in the mail, right?
It was actually through a friend, a co-worker where she worked, and I gave it to that person to deliver to her.
Okay. When did you move in with her?
I started staying at Joanna's house probably the second week of July.
You have 4 children?
Correct.
How old are you?
21.
You have enough children.
Yeah.
Forever.
I know.
Where are your 4 children?
Right now?
Yes.
They're with my mother right now.
Where were they in July?
With me. I had 2 of them with me and 2 of them with my mother.
Why did you move in with your 2 children with Miss Amrit?
At first, I wasn't with my children. I was working with her, and I was having problems with my boyfriend, Henry, at the time, and she knew that.
Is Henry the father of any of these children?
Yes. And one day on the way to work, I got pulled over, and I got a ticket for driving on a suspended license.
It's a very, very long story, Miss Levy.
Right.
I asked you why you were staying with her.
Basically, my license was suspended, and she was driving back and forth to work with me every day.
She was driving you to work?
With my car.
Is that right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Where were you working?
Travelers Express.
You too?
Yes.
Did your children ever join you in her house?
Yes, 2 of them.
When?
The 3rd week of July.
So practically as soon as you moved in. When did you move out?
The 29th of July.
So you stayed a very short time.
Correct.
And according to what I read, you had a falling out over child care and what you were doing. According to the defendant, you were having a little too good a party time. Now, you said that you left a valuable ring there when you left. Where did you leave the ring?
In the kitchen.
You leave it there by mistake?
Yes.
Who did you give it to at work?
A woman named Maxine.
You know that person?
Yes.
Did she give you the ring?
Yes.
So you have the ring?
The reason why I have the ring is because I called her, she didn't answer her phone, so I text messaged her.
I don't care. You have the ring? Maxine gave you the ring? Good. Then that's all I care about. What other property did you leave there?
An entertainment center, a dresser, a chest, a mirror.
Furniture?
Yes.
What'd you do with the furniture?
I threw most of it away.
Why?
Because she left it at my house, Your Honor, and she never answered the phone anytime I called her. She would text me back, never calling me back, saying that she would come the next week to pick up the furniture. She never did.
I have phone records that show that I've called her, and all these phone records show that she hasn't called me once, except for on the 29th of October when Henry had called her and told her we were coming to pick up my stuff, and she hung up the phone on him.
29th of October?
Yes, but I have phone records that show that I've called her on the 15th of August when she hung up on me.
8:15.
And 8:23 I called her 3 different times.
8:23. Did you speak to her on any of those occasions?
I left her a message. The reason why she...
Just a second. You didn't speak to... Were you all working at the same place?
Yes, but that Friday she had quit working there.
Well, then you weren't working at the same place on August 23rd.
No.
Or August 15th.
No.
Okay. So August, we go into September, we go into the entire month of October. Why didn't you sue her for the return of your property?
Because every time I tried to call her, it was a matter of when my brother could take me to get my stuff. And she told me the only way I could get my stuff back, she wanted me to pay her $150 for staying there, $40 for using her perfume, and was it $100 for something else?
So she told you that?
Yes, she text messaged me that.
Just a second. So she told you that as far as she was concerned, you owed her for rent.
Correct.
That's correct.
And I don't know about the perfume. I have no idea about the... But you owed her for rent.
Correct.
And she was keeping your property...
Correct.
...until you paid her for rent.
Correct.
When was that text message?
That was on the 20th of August.
Well, then you knew on the 20th of August that you weren't going to get your furniture back until you paid rent.
Okay.
And you waited 2.5 months after that to sue her for your property.
Okay.
Well, that's unreasonable.
She was actually telling other people that she...
You can't tell me what she told other people.
Okay, well,
That's
she has
hearsay.
the dressers and stuff. She said she was going to keep that for her children.
That's hearsay.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask her where all the stuff is.
Okay.
And she's going to tell me. Is your father here?
Yes, he's right there.
Step up, please. Your last name is?
Levy, same.
Levy, the second part of your daughter's lawsuit is that when you called Miss Amrit about, I gather, this furniture,
right,
she said something about your daughter. When did you call her?
It was in August. My
No.
son. Well,
That was in October. Called her.
Was it that late?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I left a message on her answer machine because my wife was calling and calling, and I didn't want to get involved. And my wife was calling her and never getting an answer.
I'm talking about you, sir.
All right. What happened was she called me back after I left a message on her answer machine. Once she called me back, I said, "Where's the furniture?" She said, "I don't have it anymore. I gave it away."
Well, that's not true. Miss Amrit didn't do that. You didn't give away all the furniture. You didn't dispose of all... Miss Amrit, look at me. You didn't dispose of all the furniture. Some of the furniture you still have. Is this your child?
Yes.
You don't want to lie in front of your child, do you?
No.
You still have some of the furniture.
No, Your Honor.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And that's a very bad thing to fib in front of your daughter. I don't believe people just give away stuff. You may have sold it.
Oh, well, correct, Your Honor. Some
What?
of it, yes, Your Honor.
Oh, well, that's a different story than threw it away. Sold it is a different story. Who did you sell it to?
A gentleman that I know.
Whose name is?
His name is Lemuel.
Usually people have two names.
Is his last name.
And how much did you sell the furniture for?
$200, Your Honor.
Did he purchase all the furniture?
No, not all of it.
What did he purchase?
He purchased a black entertainment center.
What else?
That was it.
What about the two chests?
The two chests?
The two chests. So I ask the questions, you answer me, Miss Amrit. Where are the two chests?
They're no longer at my house, Your Honor.
Miss Amrit, don't play with me. Where are they?
I threw them away, Your Honor. I had a truck come and take them away.
I don't think I believe you. See, you lie once, you get caught in a fib once.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You want to do a hair follicle test?
That's fine.
Good. Now you can sit down. Talk to your daughter about birth control. That would be useful.
It's fixed.
And later today,
I got fed up with her trying to harass me every single day.
Grow up.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tatiana Levy says her former roommate, Joanna Amrit, disposed of her furniture and slandered her to her father. Tatiana claims Joanna told her father she'd been using cocaine.
Okay, I'd like you to tell me what she said to you about your daughter's behavior.
Right.
Your daughter is also suing for slander.
What happened was, after she told me about the furniture, she said, I had to get your daughter out of the house because she was using cocaine in the house in front of my kids. And I know that doesn't happen because, you know, I'm back and forth with my daughter. I'm raising 2 of the kids. And during the summer, I had all 4 most of the time. And I see her all week.
You think she listens to you?
My daughter? No, I know that. She don't always listen.
I have a drug
But
test.
I could tell if she's high on drugs, especially cocaine or something. And she took a voluntary drug
Yeah,
test.
I took a voluntary drug test.
Did you take a hair follicle test?
No, this is just
Don't listen
an
to me.
observed.
Shh, listen to me.
Was
Did you take a hair follicle test? You took a urine test?
Correct.
Listen, Miss Levy, I've been in the business a long time. You want to do a hair follicle test?
That's fine.
Fine. Do a hair follicle test. That part of your lawsuit that has to do with slander and drugs, I'll hold in abeyance.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay? That'll tell you within the last year whether you've used any drugs and what kind of drugs you've used.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now you can sit down.
All right.
Talk to your daughter about birth control. That would be useful.
It's fixed.
Miss Amrit, you can't dispose of her property as cavalierly as you did. I believe you were annoyed that she had not given you any money, that she used some of your property, that the whole business was an unpleasant experience. So I believe that what you did was you sold some of it, maybe you kept some, maybe you gave some to your relatives, maybe you sold some for your relatives. You can't do that. Can I see the bills for the furniture, please?
Yes. That, I'm gonna have this. And the couch and the high chair I have pictures of. I don't have a receipt for that.
What'd you do with the sofa?
I threw it away. It was awful.
Carson's Furniture and Bedding, is this all the stuff that you bought?
The ones that are checked on the side, the dresser, the mirror, the entertainment center.
A dresser, mirror, and a 4-door chest, is that right?
Yes, and the entertainment center.
All this property was purchased, the delivery date was February 2005. So what you're telling me is you gave away a mirror that was new, a 4-door chest that was new, and you sold an entertainment center. Is that what you're telling me?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Now, did you have any sort of an agreement with her to pay rent?
No.
Tell me about the agreement that you say you had for rent.
Your Honor, I'm a single mother. I explained to Miss Levy that I could not afford to support anyone else in my home, so she would have to pay something to me for rent. We agreed upon $150 a week for everything, Your Honor.
You mean food? Who would shop?
Correct.
Excuse me, I bought $200 worth of groceries a week before I left. So the groceries were paid for.
Right. Okay. Miss Amber, you owe her $606. You can't dispose of her property. You can't sell her property. I believe that her family tried to contact you. I believe that you didn't want to be contacted.
That's not...
unless you have a bill to show me of the truck that you hired to come and dispose of her property, other than the entertainment center, which you acknowledge that you told, I don't believe that you hired a truck to come and take the property out of your garage. Do you understand? And I wouldn't fib in front of my child. It's not a good thing. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused.
She needed a place to live, and I was kind enough to allow her to live with me.
At least I got something, because she did have my stuff.
I learned from her telling me that she was doing cocaine.
That is untrue.
How can you do coke and have 4 kids?
I have a drug test. I have no problem proving it anytime.
Well, she was just an awful mother. It's just a shame.
She's saying I'm an awful mother. What kind of mother would lie in front of their child in front of a judge?
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Whetstone versus Volstead. Step forward.
23-year-old Jessica Whetstone is suing her former friend, 27-year-old Ryan Volstead, for a loan to buy car speakers and gas money.
Bird, we've been involved in the justice system for a very long time, and you know, it's never too late to learn new things. The law is always changing. Today you're going to hear about a new defense, something that I had never heard of, but Mr. Volstead is going to tell us about his new defense to a debt. He and Miss Whetstone met online. They dated once. They became friends, according to her. And shortly thereafter, Mr. Volstead borrowed some money. 2 separate occasions, the beginning of July of 2005. The first was a small loan of $40 he needed.
Gas money.
Gas money. And then the next day, which would have been, according to you, July 8th, he needed some more money for what?
To pay for his Bronco to keep it from getting repoed.
Repossessed.
Repossessed.
And how much did he need the next day?
He needed $350 for the speakers. So I told him that I would buy the speakers, hold them for him until he got the money, and then when he got the money, I would give him back the speakers.
So how much money did you give him?
At that time, for the speakers, was $350.
Did you ever get the speakers?
No.
So he didn't give you the speakers and you gave him the money?
Right.
Okay. Why didn't you get the speakers?
He told me that he would have to undo the wiring for the speakers, and he needed the money right away before the title loan company closed.
So he didn't give you the speakers and you gave him the money?
Right.
And you were really supposed to hold the speakers as collateral?
Right.
What happened to your car, Mr. Volstead?
I borrowed the money from Jessica.
Just a sec. I asked you what happened to your car.
I was able to keep it.
You did? You still have it?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I thought Miss Whetstone said it was repossessed. The next day, he told me his Bronco was repossessed anyway. Did you tell her that your car was repossessed anyway?
Yes. I had paid my loan, and they sent the repo company out after it anyway when they shouldn't have. So it was repossessed when it wasn't supposed to be.
So they gave it back to you?
They gave it back to me.
With her speakers?
Yes.
Why didn't you pay her the $390? Now we're coming to the defense, which I find interesting.
Well, we had agreed that I would have I asked her, give me a week, I'll be able to get my speakers unwired so I don't have live wires.
This we're talking July, sir.
And with my work schedule, it was getting me home very late in the evening. And there was a short point of time where I had no conversation or contact with Jessica. Finally, we had talked, and she said she didn't want the speakers if I was not going to run and not pay her. And she says, as long as you're going to pay me back, then we're not going to have a problem. And I agreed.
When did she tell you that? In what month?
She told me that probably 2 or 3 weeks after she gave me
In July?
Yes.
So what happened in August, sir?
In the middle of August, I was starting my new job, and I was never home. I had no time during the day for anything. I was driving 70 miles one way to work and back. We had talked a couple of times.
Why haven't you paid her back?
Well,
we're well past July of 2005. Give me your defense.
The defense is there was no time given when I was supposed to have her paid back.
That's not what you tell me your defense was in your answer, sir. Your defense in your answer was she bothered me. And therefore, I don't feel as if I have to pay her back anymore because she stalked me and bothered me.
When there's points of time that she called 15 times in one day.
Why didn't you pay her back?
I didn't have it at the time.
You just told me you were working and driving 70 miles to and from work. You were so busy working, you couldn't even call her.
I had another prior engagement that I had to take care of and that she was aware of.
What kind of other prior engagement?
I was trying to get another vehicle back in my possession that I had a time frame for.
Listen, hold on to your money, right? Hold on to your money. Mr. Volstead, you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim, I'm going to give you exactly 30 seconds to tell me about what your counterclaim is, unless you want to say, Judge, I don't want to go forward with this harassment counterclaim.
Upon a week after...
So you want 30 seconds?
Yes,
then you
please.
better talk faster.
After she told me there was a certain date she wanted the money or she was going to take me to court, I told her I didn't have it right then to give me another 2 weeks. She said, if you don't have it by this date, don't come by my house, don't send any correspondence to my house, talk to my family or friends, or I'll nail you for harassment. At that point in time, I figured, okay, well, if that's what it's going to cost for the friendship, be it.
What's your lawsuit about?
Within a week after that conversation, I had 4 tires on my vehicle with all the air out of them. I had to have the tire company come out and blow the air.
So what? What does that have to do with her?
I figured that was one of her last marks for revenge.
Who cares what you figured? Do you have any proof of that?
No, I do not.
So what are you bothering me for? This is a court. What else?
I got fed up with her trying to harass me every single day, calling me a liar, almost getting me evicted out of my apartment after I already made amends with my landlord, with my neighbors telling me that I have someone beating on my door late at night until they woke up.
Grow up. Grow up. Accept responsibility for what you're supposed to take care of. You borrowed this money, you said you would pay it back, and you should have done it. Clear?
Yes.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $390. Your counterclaim, nonsense, is dismissed.
Thank you, ma'am.
255 on the calendar in the matter of Thomas versus Johnson. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Anybody who's been to court before, raise your hand. Were you a litigant?
No. Traffic court.
And you?
Criminal court.
Criminal court.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you weren't a prosecutor.
No.
Right?
No.
Good. So we all know what court's about. Court's about telling the truth.
Truth.
So that's what we're going to do today, right, ladies?
Yes.
I have cross complaints. Each of you claim that the other damaged their car purposely by breaking windows. And each of you say, I didn't do her window, and I didn't do her window.
I didn't do her window.
I didn't do her window.
She has a child with him.
No.
With who?
With my cousin. He's not here.
Where is he?
He's in jail.
Ah! He's in jail. A testament to your good judgment.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, there was some sort of altercation involving the two of them, your cousin and his then ex-girlfriend and the mother of his child. And since then, there's been some bad blood between the two of you. So I want you to tell me when you claim she damaged your car, where the car was, and who witnessed it.
Okay. My car was at my house in my driveway. It was about 5:30 a.m. I don't have the specific date. I know it was in July. I wasn't there. I have a witness that says that shows everywhere where I was at. That says
which one is the witness?
She's the witness to who I was with, and he's the witness that seen her damage my car.
Well, I don't care who you were with. I'm not your social secretary. I just want to know who saw her damage your car.
Okay, he saw her damage my car, Rick.
Okay, step up. Tell me your name.
My name is Rick Howard.
How do you know her, Rick?
I used to work with her a couple years ago.
And what were you doing up at 5:30 in the morning on this date in July that we don't remember?
Smoking a cigarette.
Where?
On her balcony.
What were you doing in her house?
She went out of town, so I was staying there. I'll sit because she had problems with. She has problems with her neighbors, so I was staying there.
So you got up very early. You went out on the balcony to smoke a cigarette.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you see?
I heard an alarm go off, so I went downstairs because I thought it was my car, because my car's been stolen before. When I ran downstairs and I turned the corner, I seen Tiffany standing behind the car, like with a blunt object in her hand.
With a what?
Blunt object.
And did you know Tiffany before?
I don't know her, but I know of her.
No. When you say you know of her, had you seen her before?
Yes.
No.
Shh. Where had you seen her before?
At a high school.
How many years ago?
About 4 years ago.
And you hadn't seen her in 4 years?
No.
Get to you in a minute.
Okay.
What did you say to her?
I was like, "A." I just yelled out, "A."
And when you yelled out A, what did she do?
She left.
How did she leave?
She got in her car.
What kind of car?
A white car.
So what did you do?
I went back upstairs.
Well, didn't you go and look to see what happened to her car?
Nah, I figured that the window was broken because I heard the window break. So I went back upstairs.
What do you mean you figured that the window was broken? You mean you didn't go over to look at the car?
No.
You figured it wasn't your car, you didn't have any...
No, it wasn't that it wasn't my car. It was just that I heard the window break. So she had an object in her hand, so I figured that the window was broken. So I went back upstairs to get my phone, and then I came back downstairs.
When you got your phone, who did you call?
I called April.
Where was she?
Somewhere in the Bay Area.
And you told her what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Did you call the police?
Another lady who was standing across the street, I called the police.
Did the police arrive that day?
Yes, I did.
Did you speak to the police?
Yes, I did.
Did you give them a description of the person that you saw?
Yes.
Did you tell them who it was?
Yes.
You told them by name?
Yes.
Did you get the name from Miss Thomas, or did you get the name from knowing her yourself from high school?
Thomas told me her name from a picture, because she has a picture of her in her house.
So when you told her somebody just came and busted the window out of your car, and they had a white car, and she said to you it must have been Miss Johnson, is that right?
She didn't say it must have been Miss Johnson. Like, she looked familiar from the pictures that she has in her house, and that's how I recognized her, other than I knew her from high school.
What are you doing with a picture of her in your house?
I have a picture of her and her son at my house. We have like a lot of family gatherings, and she comes because her son is included in our family. And when we were tight, we used to take pictures, and I'd keep them in my house. And even though that they're not together, that's still his mother, so I would have the pictures.
Okay. Now, Miss Johnson, let's get to you.
Okay.
No, I didn't ask you a question yet. Don't start. You may be seated. Now, it is your claim that Miss Thomas busted a window in your car.
Yes.
When do you claim she did that?
And this was in June. I never seen him a day in my life.
I didn't ask you anything about that. I asked you about your car.
Okay, this is the real story. We was at a club. We went to a
Listen
club
to me.
in June.
I'm in charge here.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You didn't call the police.
No.
You didn't speak to her afterwards and say, you better fix my car.
No.
You mean you just got even?
No, but she's trying to say...
No. I asked you a question.
No.
I think you did.
And later today...
Who should pay for his window?
They weren't antagonizing the situation.
I'm asking you who should pay for the window.
They should pay for it.
Who's they?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. April Thomas says her cousin's ex-girlfriend, Tiffany Johnson, vandalized her Dodge Neon by breaking her window. Tiffany says April did the same thing to her car.
In what month do you claim she damaged your car?
June 25th.
What time on the 25th
Like
of June?
12:30 to 1 o'clock.
In the morning?
No, at nighttime. Yeah, morning, yeah, it is morning.
Where was your car?
At a club.
So tell me what happened.
I was parking. My cousin pulled in first. I was parking my car, and as I was parking my car, Miss Thomas jumped in front of my car and told me I cannot park here. She is saving this park for my friend, and she's on the freeway to get there.
So you're moving into a spot, she blocks the spot, and she says, I'm saving it.
Yes.
And you said?
You can't save a park. You can't stand and save a park. It's free parking. I was so close to hitting her for her just standing in front of my car. So I just parked my car and got out. And she started...
Just a second. So she's standing in the parking space, and you said, well, you're going to get run over, but I'm parking here.
Yeah.
So you parked there in the spot.
Yes.
Okay, and she ultimately moved out of the way.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
It was my friend's birthday. That's how I remember the date, because we were all going out. And as I got out of my car, she's talking about, you don't want it like this, or you already know about these hands. You don't want to see nobody in my family. We just started talking a lot, talking about, I don't want this, and I just walked away. So we walked down the street by the clubs. Then we walked to Old Sacramento, and I just had a funny...
Holy. You went to the club. What happened when you got to the club?
We didn't go in because it was about to close anyways.
And from there you went back to your car?
I went to Old Sacramento, walked to Old Sac.
I don't know where that is, nor do I really care. When did you go back to your car?
In like 20 minutes.
20 minutes after you parked your car and had this altercation with the plaintiff, you went back to your car. And what did you find when you went back to your car?
1,000 pieces of glass broke all over my driver's window. And it was so many people out there telling me, the girl that you just
Don't tell me what anybody else said. Driver's window.
Yes.
What window of your car was broken?
My back windshield.
Okay, so you found your window broken.
Yes.
Now, other than the fact that you had had this altercation with her about the parking space,
yes,
did anyone else who is here today witness her damaging the car?
Crystal.
Crystal. I'm going to take your testimony, Crystal. Step up. Crystal, how do you know Miss Johnson?
I don't know her.
Where do you work?
I stay at home with my son.
And what were you doing out at 1 o'clock in the morning on June 25th?
I was going to the club too.
Who were you going with?
Some friends.
Tell me what you saw.
Okay, Tiffany had pulled up. April jumped in front of her, told her she couldn't park, and then Tiffany parked anyways, got out of the car, started walking off. April started yelling at her. Tiffany walked off. One of April's friends had pulled up a couple minutes later, and they had got in the car, drove off, came back like a few minutes later. April had got out of the passenger side, threw something at Tiffany's car, and jumped in the car and took off.
And how come you stayed around the parking area that long?
Because I was sitting in the car across the street talking to some friends.
How did it come about that you met Miss Johnson and told her what happened to her car?
Well, we were still there when she come walking back.
So you told her what you saw?
Yeah.
Did you call the police, Miss Johnson?
No.
How come?
It was late at night. I just knew it was her. That's why I didn't even call the police, because I didn't even think it would go this far with me and her. I know April for a long time.
Well, did you call her the next day?
No, I asked her cousin, my son's dad, told me that she was going around the family acting like she done something very well. And he was mad because all the glass that was in my car, my son cut his hand.
So you mean you didn't call the police?
No.
And you didn't speak to her afterwards and say, you better fix my car?
No.
I don't understand that. You mean you just got even?
No, but she's trying to say...
No. I asked you a question.
No.
I think you did.
Okay, I did.
That's my girl. That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't get mad.
No.
You got even.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like when it works.
Like it when it works. Right?
Yep.
Very good. So how much did it cost you to fix your window?
Can I add that also she must have stuck something in my door lock because it doesn't turn anymore.
How much did it cost? Listen.
I'm listening.
How much did it cost to fix your window?
It was $344 for the window, and it came to $253 for the tint.
For the what?
The tint on the window is tinted black.
Why?
Because all my windows are tinted black to keep the sun out.
$344, is that right? It cost you to fix the window?
Yes.
How much did it cost you to fix your window?
$300, and I had to get a rental car because I have to wait till my window to come in.
It cost you just about the same amount of money.
Yes.
Right? Did you both feel good afterwards?
No.
Mama? Did you feel good?
I didn't do anything.
Oh,
sure you did.
Yes, you did.
Of course you
She's
did.
a devil in disguise.
Of course you did. Now, my only problem with both of you is, I mean, you're acting like children.
Yeah.
Which is, shh. You're acting like children. The only problem that I have with both of you is, why do you visit your childish behavior on the court system? Why do we have to become involved in your childish behavior? You both did something wrong. It ended up costing you both money, right?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Case is dismissed.
Excuse me, you may step out.
I didn't think it would come this far with her breaking my window. I admitted that I went back and broke hers.
She thinks that I broke into her car when I didn't, so it's just plain out ignorance.
I guess she want to be like me, but she can't.
You can see that she's ignorant. She doesn't know the day from night, from 12 a.m. to 12 noon.
I'm cuter than her.
She is just really anal and acts like a true baby mama. We would call it ghetto.
Her attitude is ugly, just like her face.
She's a sloppy CH.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Terry versus Barnes. Step forward, please.
General contractor Stephen Terry is suing his neighbor, 24-year-old restaurant manager Roger Barnes, for throwing a rock through the front window of his house. Roger says Stephen's brother was antagonizing him.
Mr. Terry, Mr. Barnes is your neighbor. It's your claim that on a particular date, which you'll tell me in a moment, he came to your house, he was drunk, he took a rock, he threw it through your window, you want him to pay for the window. Mr. Barnes says it wasn't a rock that broke your window, it was his jacket that broke your window and its heavy buttons, so he's not paying for your window, right?
Right.
What date did he break your window?
It was St. Patrick's Day this year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you Irish?
Nope.
But you celebrate with the Irish?
Yeah.
Were you celebrating on St. Patrick's Day?
Yes.
Were you a little drunk?
A little bit.
Okay. So your jacket broke the window?
Yeah.
No, not yeah. Yes was good. Yes was good before. Yes, so you should stick to yes.
Yes.
Tell me how it came about that your jacket broke the window.
Well, actually, I was at my house with my brother here. He's a witness.
Just get to the window, will you please?
All right, well, we got an argument.
I'm interested in the jacket. How the jacket, which was on your body initially, left your body, according to you, caused the breaking of Mr. Terry's window.
Well, I was outside, and we were in a big argument. And
Who was in an argument?
His brother and this guy named Eric. And basically, I thought I was going to have to defend myself against these two guys, and I ripped it off and flung it to the side, and as I did, it broke their window.
Well, show me how high the window was, sir.
It's about, at the bottom of the window.
But when you say you flung your jacket, you indicated you flung the jacket to the ground.
Like this, over that way.
Now, show me how you do that, sir. Show me how you get up high enough to hit the window.
Yeah,
Don't hit Mr. Terry again.
Sorry. You could feel it. It's a pretty heavy jacket.
So it was the jacket that broke the window.
Yeah.
So it's not your fault.
Well, if they wouldn't have been antagonizing me outside, it would have never happened. I was trying to leave and go back to my house. You know, we were in a big argument.
Let me ask you this question. Was Mr. Terry there?
Mr. Terry was there, but
Was
he
he
in the house.
antagonizing you?
No, Stephen wasn't.
And who has to pay for his window?
Well, I don't think I should.
Well, who should be? Bird should pay for his window?
No.
Maybe I should pay for his window.
No.
Maybe this camera person should pay for his window.
No.
What do you think? No? Who should pay for his window?
If they weren't antagonizing the situation,
I'm asking you who should pay for the window.
I think they should pay for it.
Who's they?
Stephen and Ryan.
But he wasn't responsible in any way, sir.
I know.
It's not his jacket. Did you get beat up that day?
Nope.
So maybe you were wrong about them trying to antagonize you. You think it's possible that the libation that you consumed on St. Patrick's Day impaired your judgment? Is that a possibility, Mr. Barnes?
Well, they just set me off.
Is that a possibility that the libation that you consumed on St. Patrick's Day impaired your judgment, sir?
Probably had a little bit to do with it, but not much.
All right. I'm not going to torture you much more, sir. This is my daily exercise. It's my breathing exercise for the day. You understand that? Do you think that the fact that you were drinking had more to do with the fact that the window got broken than Mr. Terry?
Well, I mean, if his brother wasn't outside.
Not his brother.
Okay.
He's not right. I'm not my brother's keeper. I'm talking about Mr. Terry.
Okay, no.
So that your drinking had more to do with the window than Mr. Terry's.
Then Stephen did, yeah.
So this is what I suggest you do, sir. How much was the window?
I have a bill for everything. I'm a contractor. I fixed it myself. So
Good. How much was it?
$500.
What?
It's an old window. It broke both the panes, and they're old windows.
You're only suing for $325, sir, so don't tell me that you paid $500 to have the window fixed.
I didn't pay for it. That's how much I would charge to do it myself, but that's okay.
How much did you pay for it?
For the glass and the materials?
Yeah.
$100.
$100. And you are a contractor, so you bill for your time. Is that right? And how much do you get paid for an hour?
$55.
$55 an hour. How many hours did it take you?
7.
Suing for $325. That's very reasonable for a window. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you, Mr. Barnes. I want you to listen to me very carefully, because you're not clouded by libation now, are you? If you believe that it's somebody else's fault that your jacket that was on your back broke Mr. Terry's window, I suggest that after you pay Mr. Terry $325, you sue those people that you think are responsible. Is that fair?
Sounds fair to me.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $325. Thank you.
Parties are case number 274 on the calendar in the matter of Janiye versus Flores. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Janiye, according to what I read, you met the defendant in May of 2004. Where did you meet him?
I met him at a neighborhood bar.
Remember what date in May?
It was the first Friday in May. I think it was the 6th.
According to you, you and the defendant had a romantic relationship.
Correct.
And there came a time when he needed some money. 2 or 3 separate occasions. You loaned him the money, and the repayment was supposed to be work done in your home. By the defendant. You paid him the money.
Correct.
He never did the work. Or he started the work but never completed it. And some he never did.
Well, he didn't do very much.
And so you want the money back.
Correct.
Mr. Flores says that there was never a romantic relationship that existed between the two of you, that you hired him to do work in your home. He performed the work. You never paid him. And he's got a counterclaim for that work. And both of you have claims against each other for harassment. Each of you say the other is harassing. So, what was the first loan, how much, and how did you give him the money?
I gave the money to him in cash.
For what?
It was for an automobile.
When was that?
That was June 6th, 2004.
And how much was it?
It was for $750.
So you gave him $750 then, and how was he supposed to pay you back that money?
He was supposed to perform work on my house.
What work specifically for the $750?
Okay, he was supposed to finish the trim around his sunroom, install a bathroom vanity and sink, repair to bathroom tile, cleaning, caulking, and treating mold and mildew.
I see you're looking at something. What is it that you're looking at?
I'm looking at the receipts he signed.
Can I see them, please? Did he do any of this work?
The only thing that he did, he mowed the lawn one time. He cut down a tree in the front yard. He power washed the front of the house.
And when did he perform this work?
Probably June 5th, maybe the 4th. First week in June.
Look, I asked you when the first money that you gave him was. You said it was June 6, 2004. You gave him $750 for a car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, $750. Here's the receipt, and I have it dated 6/21/04.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to finish trim around the sunroom, install a bathroom vanity, and he signed this thing, and you signed it, and it says paid in advance. But now you say that he did this work on June 4th. So he did the work.
He did part of the work.
Okay, so he did part of the work.
Right.
Good. Now, when was the next time you gave him money?
The next time I gave him money would have been a week later, maybe 10 days later.
Now, when did you start to have a romantic relationship with Mr. Flores?
Probably the second week of May.
Well, tell me about the nature of your romantic relationship.
The nature of our romantic relationship was he told me he was unmarried.
Did you go out for dinner?
We sat at Chili's one day, and he told me he was divorced in April 2004.
Did you ever take her to Chili's, sir?
Chili's?
Chili's restaurant.
Never.
Never?
Never did. Not a Chili's restaurant. Never
Did you
did.
ever take her to any restaurants, Mr. Flores?
No.
Oh, it's not it. Listen to me, Mr. Flores. I know everything.
No, ma'am. I only went to one, to Jackie D's. That was on the 19th of August. That's the last time we went out together, and...
Mr. Flores, you're not following what I'm saying, sir.
Okay.
Maybe we're having a communications problem.
Okay.
Did you ever go out to eat with the plaintiff?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Mr. Flores, you don't think that you're smarter than I am, do you?
No, ma'am.
Shh. You're not. So that when I ask you a question, you would do well to answer the question directly, truthfully the first time, so that you and I don't have to do a dance around the truth. Do I make myself clear?
Correct.
How many times were you and the plaintiff out for dinner?
Like two.
Look up.
2 or 3 times.
Okay. And of the 2 or 3 times, according to you, the one place that you never went was Chili's.
Exactly.
Where did you go when you went out for dinner?
Jackie D's.
Do you remember the days that you went to Jackie D's?
Exactly. 8, 19th.
That was the last time, sir.
That was
Before
the last time. And before that, I went out with her to another place. I can't recall the name of it.
And do you remember about what time you got home?
Yeah, I believe I got home around 12:30 or 1 o'clock.
Now, at the time, Mr. Flores, you were living with whom?
My wife.
Where did you tell your wife you were on those evenings, Mr. Flores?
I told her I was out in a business.
You told your wife you were out on business?
Yes, with the lady I was working on.
No, Mr. Listen to me, sir.
Okay.
Your wife is not an idiot, is she?
No, believe me, she's not.
Right. So when you were out until 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning, you wouldn't have told your wife that you were out with a lady discussing cleaning the mold out of her bathroom, right? So you told your wife that you were out on business, correct?
Yes.
And that was a lie.
Oh,
is not an answer, Mr. Flores.
No, it wasn't a lie. She had called me the same day to meet her in Jackie D's so we could discuss about the payment of paying me for the job I did at her
How
house.
long did that take, Mr. Flores?
That took us at least an hour or 2. We had a couple of drinks. We sat down, and next thing you know, it was around 12:30, 1 o'clock. We got into an argument. She left me there. I had to call my brother to pick me up, and that was it.
Well, just a second. Why was that? How did you get there?
She picked me up.
Picked you up from where?
She picked me up from the well, the wishing well.
What's the
That's
wishing
the
well?
neighborhood bar where I met her in the beginning.
So she picked you up at one bar and you went someplace else
Yes.
to discuss it?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you discuss the payment at the wishing well, sir?
Because she didn't want to stay there.
Miss
And
Flores,
that was it.
is that you?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand that he's full of baloney, don't you? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I just wanted to make sure that we understand each other.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So it's rather interesting. Social Security Administration's really going to be interested in the fact that somebody who suffers for 10 years from manic depression is able to do heavy manual labor in somebody's house for $2,500 in cash.
And later today,
Where were you working?
I wasn't working at that very present time.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cynthia Zane says ex-boyfriend George Flores owes for the return of money she'd paid him to work on her home. Cynthia says George lied about being divorced.
Now, so you advanced him in total $3,000.
Yes.
And he only performed part of the work.
Right.
And after the romance was over,
After he
recording-
did the first, oh, no. This went on until August 22nd. August 22nd was the last time I seen George.
Well, tell me about August 22nd.
August 22nd, we went to Jackie D's, and that's when we got in the argument because I confronted him. He knew that I was on the case about him being married. He kept denying it over and over, and I just didn't buy it. And that was that. I just didn't want anything to do with him after that.
Well, how did you find out he was married?
I got a tip from somebody, and then I went to the records in Pasco County, and I got his address, and it says George W. Flores and Letitia Flores, and it gave the address. So that's how I knew how to serve him the papers.
Okay. Now, tell me about the harassment.
The harassment?
Yeah.
Basically, the harassment didn't start. I have call logs. I shared a phone with him, with Sprint. He had, shared minutes. I gave him my phone.
You gave him a phone?
Right.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, it is.
Why would she give you a phone?
To keep in contact with her, to finish up on a job.
This many times a day highlighted.
That's all, because I had no phone for her to get in contact with me whatsoever.
You were living home with your wife.
Yes, I was.
Why couldn't she call you at home if this was a business proposition?
I do not have a home phone. That's the reason why she
He
got
has
the
a home phone. It's
Just
on
a
here.
second. Your wife doesn't have a home phone?
No, we have a cell phone.
Well, if she had to get in touch with you, and if the only phone that you had was a cell phone, why didn't she call your wife and say, listen, I'm a client of your husband's?
Because of the fact is, she kept all the time shutting off the phone that she had bought, and the one that my wife had was always only for emergency purposes, and that's the reason she got the phone for me, because I told her I couldn't call her from my wife's phone.
What kind of work do you do?
Me, I'm on SSI, ma'am.
What's the nature of your disability, Mr. Flores?
Mental depression,
How long have you been on SSI?
10 years.
You have children, Mr. Flores?
Yes, I do.
How old are they?
My oldest is 10 years old,
Yes.
and the other one's 7, and the other one is 5.
So you're not that depressed?
Oh,
Huh?
I guess not.
I guess not.
Yeah.
And I'm real interested in your counterclaim, because your counterclaim is for $3,000. Because according to you, Mr. Flores, you had a verbal contract with the plaintiff for $2,500 to do labor on her home.
Exactly.
So you're not too depressed to do labor, because you say you completed the work. Isn't that right?
Right.
So it's rather interesting. Social Security Administration is really going to be interested in the fact that somebody who suffers for 10 years from manic depression is able to do heavy manual labor in somebody's house for $2,500 in cash.
Well, it was basically...
Well, what?
Well, basically, when she hired me, it was only to clean up the house.
Is this the first time in 10 years, Mr. Flores, that
Yes.
you performed manual labor?
Yes, ma'am.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're telling me in 10 years, sir, aside from making 2 or 3 children, the only work that you've done was for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500 for which you were not paid. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
And it was just your bad luck that that job ended you up in court before me.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to get to tell that story all over again, Mr. Flores, to the Social Security Administration. Because I'm going to see to it that they get the tape. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
She says she doesn't have your clothing. How do I know that she didn't
had
take it
her
with you?
boyfriend come to my house and say, DYS appreciates your donation. That's the local juvenile facility.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cynthia Zane says ex-boyfriend George Flores owes for the return of money she paid him to work on her home. Cynthia says George lied about being divorced.
Okay, I just want to tell you this. It's very hard for me to put a dollar figure on the work that he did. Gave him $3,000. Let's say power wash the front, power wash the driveway, he cut down a tree in the front of the house. So you figure, even if he was a very high power person, he would be entitled to $1,500. You deduct that from what you paid him, which means that he owes you $1,500 because you gave him the money. I believe that you gave him the money, and I believe that he did not perform the work satisfactorily. And I do not believe that he performed the work and you didn't give him any money, which is what he says, because he's a scam artist. And he's been scamming people of the United States of America for 10 years.
He has. I know that.
Oh, you know that?
I
know that because in his spare time he goes to Mickey D's or Dickie D's or wherever he goes to drink. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500 on a claim. His counterclaim is dismissed. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
George is a scammer. I got caught up in it. 3 months later, I finally figured him out.
She needed help fixing up her house and stuff. At the time, I said, sure, why not?
He was married. He told me he was not married.
We may end up getting divorced over this, yes.
Lying all around. He's a chronic, compulsive liar.
Basically, one thing led to another. And this is it. I'm here.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Baker versus Williams. Step forward, please.
23-year-old cocktail waitress April Baker is suing her ex-boyfriend's sister, 26-year-old medical secretary Angela Williams, for the return of her belongings. Angela says April stole her car.
Ms. Baker, you used to live in the apartment or the home of the defendant, who is the sister of your former boyfriend. Is that right?
Your Honor.
And this is the former boyfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you claim that you were forced to move out because there was some sort of an altercation or an argument. And when you moved out, the defendant kept a lot of your property. You want to be compensated to the tune of $2,000 for that property. When did you move in with them?
It was May.
Why did you move in with them?
I was seeing her brother, so I decided that when I came back from vacation, I would move back in to the same area with them.
Where were you working?
I wasn't working at that very present time.
Immediately prior to that very present time, when was your last employment?
Before I moved to Worcester.
Give me a month
Okay,
and
that
a
would
year.
have been in February of 2004.
And what kind of work were you doing in February of 2000?
I was hostessing in a Greek restaurant in Tennessee.
When you moved from Tennessee to where?
To Worcester.
And how did you get there?
I took a bus.
How many suitcases did you have?
Your Honor, they weren't suitcases. They were very big Tupperware containers with lids.
And what was in the 2 Tupperware containers?
One of the containers contained all of my shoes and boots, and the other one contained all of my clothing belongings.
And when you left their house, what did you take with you?
Absolutely nothing, except for what I had on my person.
Do you have any of her property?
No, ma'am.
Where is it?
As far as I know, she took it with her when she stole my vehicle.
What month was that?
That was in July.
What do you mean she stole your vehicle?
She did take it, said that she'd be back, and never came back.
She didn't come back?
No, ma'am.
How long did she remain away?
She was gone that whole night, the whole next day. I finally got a phone call telling me that I could find my keys at her new boyfriend's house, and my car was at her job. So I had to find a ride to get my keys and my vehicle.
That sound familiar to you?
Vaguely, that is...
Not vaguely. Does that sound familiar to you?
That is pretty much the case, but not all the way, no. But yes.
So if you left, say, July 1st or 2nd, in her car, and you didn't come back, and you went to a new boyfriend's house, you're telling me that you just left with the clothes on your back and you didn't take anything with you?
Absolutely, Your Honor. I didn't leave to a new boyfriend's house. I left in the middle of the night. It was midnight Thursday, July the 2nd.
Where did you go?
I went to a friend's house to have a couple of drinks. I got intoxicated and did not drive back to her house because I'm not going to drive her car intoxicated. I did have her car dropped to my work so that she could pick it up. And the keys were where she said they were, at that same person's house. But it was not, I did not take any of my belongings with me. I did not plan on being gone or not coming back. I did not steal her car.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Step up. What's your name?
Brian. Brian Williams.
Mr. Williams, do you have any of Miss Baker's property?
No, I do not.
Look at me. Did you throw it away?
No, I did not.
Do you know of anyone who threw it away?
No, I do not.
Well, I think you probably do. I think you probably either tossed her stuff or got rid of some of her stuff because you were annoyed with her. But you have to have some proof of that. She says she doesn't have your clothing. How do I know that she didn't take it with you?
She had her boyfriend come to my house and say, DYS appreciates your donation. That's the local juvenile facility.
Really? Did you say that to her?
No, ma'am.
Did you say anything?
Her boyfriend said that to me.
Did you say it to anyone?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Miss Williams, I have a feeling that you probably kept some of her stuff, and maybe you donated because you were really annoyed with her. That I can understand.
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Well, somebody did. Let me see what you have there. Okay. Okay. $361, the legitimate bills that I have that you can establish here. Now, I don't know whether and how much they didn't return, but I know that you didn't return some stuff because I know you were annoyed. That's just common sense, that if she left there, you found some of her stuff there, and I believe that you did return some of her stuff.
Everything was gone when she stole my car, Your Honor. I don't
What?
owe her anything.
No, you're full of baloney. Don't believe you. I also don't believe that she had $2,000 worth of clothes because she didn't have a job.
Your Honor.
Maybe $360 worth of stuff. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $360. That's all.
On the calendar in the matter of Grogan versus Patterson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Mrs. Grogan, this is your son, and this is his wife.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is this gentleman?
This is my husband.
Are you afraid to stand up?
No, ma'am.
Good. Stand up next to your wife. Are you his father?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this is your second stepfather. How long have the two of you been married?
2 years.
2 years?
Rough. Yes, ma'am.
It's good that you remember.
Yes, ma'am. It's usually the other way.
Yes. Okay. And there was some sort of a problem that occurred between you and your son?
Yes, ma'am.
And you evicted them?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you went back into the house, you saw some extensive damage. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
want him to be responsible for the rent that he owes you, as well as for the damage that he did to the house.
Yes, ma'am.
And your son says that there was never an agreement to pay rent, that there was an agreement that he pay your insurance, some sort of insurance, that he paid that faithfully, and he's going to prove to me that he paid that faithfully, and that was the only agreement that you had with regard to finances, and that you are, according to him, a meddling lady who wants to control his life, and when you had a fight with him, you hit him over the head with a soda bottle, and he and his wife and children moved out of the house, and he caused absolutely no damage.
Correct.
Do you work, Mr. Patterson?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a DJ.
Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you work for?
I'm an assistant market manager.
Okay. So you have two incomes. What are you doing living in your mother's house?
She told me that it was my house for years. Her and my father bought the house when I was younger, and I've always lived there. So she bought her another home and moved it in behind us, and she told us that we could live there. She said, as long as you help me out with my insurance, there's no rent or anything.
Okay. Tell me what the insurance was every month.
$278.
$278.
That's what we pay a month.
What other expenses did you pay on the house, Mr. Patterson?
I replaced some doors.
No, expenses, regular expenses.
As in
heating, utilities.
Yeah, we
paid the utility bill and the phone bill, but they were also in her name.
I don't care whose name they were in. You were living there.
Yes, ma'am. I paid them.
Okay.
Until she come down and cut them off in 100-degree heat with my kids in the house.
Okay, well, you had a fight with them. You had a fight with your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you have a fight with your mother?
I don't recall the exact date.
Give me the month.
May.
May.
And how long had you been living in the house up until that point?
I've been there 7 years.
But she left for a period
of 2 years.
2 years and come
and
back.
I come back September 2001.
When she was pregnant again.
All right. So you've been living there on and off for the last 5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're telling me, Miss Grogan, that your son and his wife never paid rent?
They paid rent one time.
One time?
One time.
When?
I don't even remember it.
It was so long ago.
It was so long ago, I don't remember.
Oh, okay. And you filed eviction proceedings against them after this May argument?
Yes, ma'am.
So why don't you tell me, Mr. Patterson, about the argument?
She asked me for part of the cool ceiling, the trailer.
Part of the what?
Cool ceiling of the mobile home.
I don't understand what that...
It's a seal that goes on top. It's supposed to make the house cooler, and it seals it up from any leaks or anything occurring.
Okay, so she asked you for that?
She asked me for half, yes, ma'am. And I told her that I'm hard-headed, so she told me that I was going to pay it.
Just a second. So she said, she asked if you would pay it, and then you probably said no.
I said, if I have it, I will. And she said, well, you're going to pay it.
Okay, so you said, if I had it, I would pay it.
If I have it at the time. She wanted it later on in the week, and I said, if I have it at that time, I will give it to you. But she said, well, you're going to pay it, and I come by honest from her, if you're going to pay it. And at that point, when she told me I was going to pay it, I would have died before I would have paid it then, to be honest with you.
So what did you say to your mother, who's allowed you to live rent-free in the house with your wife and 2 children for 7 years?
After she got on the porch, she made some more threats.
What did you say to her? I don't care what she said to you. She can wipe. She brought you into this world. She can take you out. What did you say to her?
You can't say it in a courtroom, really.
Oh, you can say anything here, sir. We have the ability to go, bleep, bleep.
I told her, you.
Nice.
So
let me see what I got here. I got a mother. How many children do you have, Miss Grogan?
We have none.
One.
You have one?
Just one.
Him. See what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket?
But if I could
Just a second. Let's see what we got here, Mr. Patterson. We have a mother who allows you and your wife to live rent-free in her home. And she comes down and she says to you, listen, you haven't paid you don't pay any rent in the house. The house needs some repairs on the outside. I want you to pay, not the whole thing. I want you to pay half. And you say to her, forget it. And she says to you, oh, you're going to have it. And then you curse at her.
It was only after a few more arguments. I mean, we went on arguing. This happened when we got outside. And then she turned and threw a bottle at me and hit me in the head with a bottle.
Sure did.
And she denies that. My little girl.
You are lying. You were in the house.
No,
My
it
little girl
wasn't.
asked me
Miss
every
Grogan,
day
Miss
of
Grogan.
my life why her Grammy hit her daddy in the head, and why every time they go over
Because
there,
he had a big fresh mouth.
she has no reason.
Listen to me. Because he had a big fresh mouth.
Well, and so does she.
Beverly Grogan says her son Patrick Patterson and his wife Selena Patterson owe for unpaid rent and for damage to her home. Beverly says Patrick and his wife burned down the bathroom.
I want you to face left.
I'm sorry.
Your other left.
Okay.
You see this woman?
Yes, ma'am.
20 years from now, you won't remember what she looks like. Now I want you to turn around and face right.
What do you think?
That's your mother. 20 years from now, she's still going to be your mother. Look at me. You know how I know that? Because I'm smart. And because statistically, there is more than a 50% probability in this country that you won't remember what she looks like unless you see her occasionally at your children's weddings. So that this lady is somebody that you don't tell to go bleep yourself. And I don't care what kind of trouble Missy Moo Moo over here tries to make. Your mother helped you for 7 years. Now, I'm going to tell you, sir, that I believe you only about one thing. I believe you that there was never an agreement with your mother to pay rent. See that? I'm a reasonable gal. I know what's right and I know what's true. She's angry and she's hurt because probably at this point she has you. You're her only son. You have 2 children. She hasn't seen her grandchildren. That's a very painful thing for her. So listen, Missy Moo Moo over here is shaking her head yes. I'm talking to you, not her.
Wow.
The one that you're not going to remember 20 years from now.
I don't remember.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about your mother who's taken care of you, changed your pants, took care of you when you were sick, took care of you when you had a fever, brought you up, fed you, clothed you, educated you, took care of you for a very long time. This isn't somebody you cut off from her grandchildren. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Just remember what I said when I told you to look left. Now, did you or your wife cause any damage to this house when you left?
One thing.
What?
I was gone to move a bed, and when I come back, we seen smoke coming out of the bathroom window. So I went down there. Maybe she left a. They never determined what it was. I think maybe a candle. Maybe it's.
You mean your wife?
Yes, ma'am. And the wind blew the curtain, and the curtain caught on fire. And I put it out. I feel like it could have been fixed with some paint.
Okay. So you would agree, Mr. Patterson, would you not, that this accident that you say was caused by your wife negligently leaving a candle burning in the bathroom is your responsibility to fix?
Yes, ma'am. But I don't.
There you go.
I don't think it was as bad as it was said.
All I'm going to do is look at her bills to fix it. That's all.
The bills were fixed by an ex-husband.
I don't care who they were fixed by. I don't care if they were fixed by Howdy Doody. I want to see a paid bill to have it fixed because that is minimally your responsibility. You would agree with that?
Yeah, but not as bad as it says. They say it is.
Can I please see the bill to fix the bathroom that was damaged as a result of his wife leaving a candle burning and a wind blowing through the window and catching on fire the curtains, which caused damage that might have been fixed by just some paint?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
So in the 6 months that you lived there, you vacuumed your carpet twice?
Maybe 3 times, yeah.
How many times a day do you shower?
Once.
Laundry?
Every month, maybe.
Yeah, do you turn your underwear?
Sometimes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Beverly Grogan says her son, Patrick Patterson, and his wife, Selena Patterson, owe for unpaid rent and for damage to her home. Beverly says Patrick and his wife burned down the bathroom.
Where are you living now?
In a mobile home.
Who rented it to you?
I bought it.
How much money did you put down on it?
$500.
How much do you make in mortgage payments?
$500 a month.
Let us assume that for the past 5 years, not 7, 5, because that's how many years you lived in your mother's house with Missy over here, that you paid your mother what you're paying on a mortgage. That's $500 a month. $500 a month times 12 times 5 years is $30,000. That's how much you saved by living in your mother's house. $30,000. Now, if you didn't put that away, that's your problem. But you don't move out of a house and leave it like a pigsty, which is what you did.
We couldn't clean it up. Every time we went over, we get cussed out.
It shouldn't have gotten to that point. These photographs that I'm seeing didn't happen in one day. They happened over a very long period of time.
She always told me that that was my place. I even told the preacher that that was my place. It belonged to me.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,580. Just remember what I said to you, sir. Look over there. You won't remember that face unless one of your kids looks like her in 20 years. Do you understand? This is always going to be your mother. You're making a big mistake, and you're being very unfair to your children. If what I'm speaking, you're being very unfair to your children if you don't allow your children to have a relationship with your mother when she's had a relationship with them over the last...
I have no problem with her having a relationship with me.
Great.
He has refused. I have called him and called him and called him and asked him to bring the children over.
So he says he has no problem. So you're going to bring your children over on Sunday morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What time do you want him to bring the children over?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock for a visit?
Yes, ma'am.
For an hour? Great.
Yes,
every Sunday?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that reasonable?
Yes, ma'am.
That's fine. Done. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
When he put his hands on me and he threw me down to the ground, I knew then that, you know, we need at some point it had to stop.
What can you say? I mean, you have to go by what she says, but don't agree with everything.
I was hoping he would learn from it. I love him and I love Selena.
He's not there anymore. He's making a family with me and his 2 kids. That's a problem with her, which is fine. We'll see where he is in 20 years.
And the control problem is not with me, it's with his wife.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hart versus Armstrong. Step forward, please.
24-year-old receptionist Valeska Hart is suing her former neighbor, 24-year-old production assistant Brian Armstrong, for the cost to repair her vacuum cleaner. Brian says he borrowed the vacuum to clean his apartment after it was egged.
Is that the offending vacuum cleaner?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Mr. Armstrong, you are Miss Harp's neighbor, or were Miss Harp's neighbor. And according to what I read, somebody or some group of people decided, I haven't said anything yet, why do you have this silly look on your face?
Just listening.
Good. Listen intently.
I am.
Somebody egged your apartment. Made a big mess all over the place, and you went next door and asked Miss Harp if you could borrow her vacuum cleaner. Miss Harp says that when you returned the vacuum cleaner to her after having tried to vacuum up all this wet slop that was all over your carpet, that the vacuum cleaner didn't work anymore and it was ruined. And Mr. Armstrong, you say that it seemed to work just fine when you brought it home.
Yeah.
Does it work anymore?
Now it does because I had it fixed.
Do you have a bill?
Yes, I do. I have a copy
When
of-
was your apartment egged, Mr. Armstrong?
About last weekend in April.
By whom?
I have no idea.
Did you make a police report?
No, it was reported to the management downstairs, but I don't think any police.
Not them, you. Why didn't you report it to the police?
That somebody egged my house.
That someone vandalized your home.
It was all cleaned up by the apartment building. It wasn't a big deal.
They cleaned up your apartment?
Yeah, they repainted the whole out front. Outside, they cleaned it.
Who cleaned the inside of your apartment?
That was me.
Why did you use that vacuum cleaner to clean up all the wet stuff in your apartment?
I didn't clean up any wet stuff. What happened was my sliding door was open, so some of the eggs, 2 or 3, had gotten inside. And a couple days later, when I was cleaning it up, there was like dry yolk and stuff on the carpet. I resolved it out, scrubbed it out, and then there were still some eggshells on the ground, stuff like that. But it wasn't sloppy wet like you were describing.
I didn't describe it. She described it in her complaint.
Okay.
Tell me what happened when he returned the vacuum cleaner.
When the vacuum was returned to me, the outside bag, not the inside bag that you changed, but the outside bag was completely soaking wet. You could have wrung it, and you lifted it up, and there was gooey stuff coming out of it. On the metal part, there was eggshells.
When he returned it to you, did you say anything to him about the condition?
Yes, I did.
What did you say to him?
I said, this is leaking, because he put it back into the closet where it was, and it wasn't a carpeted area, and I was cleaning up the area, and I said, I'm going to have to take this in to get it fixed and to get it cleaned, and you're going to have to pay for it.
And he said?
How much do you think that will cost? And I said, I'm not sure. And
it's impossible for her to say that there was leaking stuff coming out of the bottom because I didn't vacuum up any.
Did you use the words to her, Mr. Armstrong, how much do you think that will cost? Almost not an answer.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Why don't you have a vacuum of your own?
I don't know.
You have an apartment that has carpeting?
I do.
So how do you clean the carpeting? With the tweezers?
Sometimes.
I don't find you adorable. How do you clean your carpeting?
I don't.
How long have you lived there?
Maybe 6 months now.
And you don't clean the carpeting?
I did when she lived there.
When who lived there?
Val lived across the way.
So you borrowed her vacuum cleaner frequently?
Maybe once previous to the incident.
So in the 6 months that you lived there, you vacuumed your carpet twice? Is that right?
Maybe 3 times, yeah.
Whose vacuum did you borrow the 3rd time? You're making it up as you're going along, sir.
I mean, I don't know how many times I vacuumed my carpet, to be honest with you.
How many times had he borrowed your vacuum?
I don't have
once prior to the incident.
How many times a day do you shower?
Once.
Laundry?
Every month, maybe.
Yeah, do you turn your underwear?
Sometimes.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $200.29. Thank you.
In the matter of Chamber versus Bowsman, parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Young folks, have a seat.
What's your name?
Travis.
Travis, I'd like you to come sit up here, please. Mr. and Mrs. Chambers, it is your claim that this young man, armed with a stick, hit your son in the mouth, causing his teeth to fall out.
Yes.
You
Yes,
want
ma'am.
his father to pay for all of his medical bills and dental bills.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Bowsman says that it was your son who instigated this problem. He's not responsible. So, Travis, how old are you, sir?
11.
Do you know this young man?
Yes.
What's his name?
Cody.
How long have you known Cody?
For a really long
No, don't
time.
look down. Look at me, right here.
For a really long time.
Do you remember when you hit him in the mouth with the stick?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what happened? Don't look down at your feet. Look right over here.
My sister was...
Don't look, you're looking down. I want you to look right here.
My sister was playing with his sister, and he got on my sister's bike, and I came around the block and seen him on her bike and messing around and tormenting her.
You didn't see how he got the bike, is that right?
Well, I seen him take it from her when I was coming down the road.
Now you're looking over there. I want you to look over here. You said you came around and you saw him riding your sister's bike. I want you to be very, very careful, Travis. I have a truth meter right here. If somebody lies to me, this eye starts to flutter like this. Do you understand? So I don't care what story you told your father before. When you're in court, you tell only the truth. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, you said you came around the corner and you saw him riding your sister's bike.
Yes.
What did you say to him when you saw him riding your sister's bike?
I seen my sister getting upset, and I asked him to please get off the bike.
When you saw your sister getting upset, what was she doing?
She was sobbing and asking him to get off the bike. And
okay. And what did he say?
He said no, and he started laughing and messing around.
What happened next? Don't look down there. Look over here.
He started to ride on the bike, and then he threw it in the street in front of a van.
He got off the bike?
Yes.
Where was he when he got off the bike?
Not on the corner, but like on the side of his house.
And what did he do when he got off the bike?
He ghost rided it in the street.
What does ghost riding it in the street mean?
Run with the bike and then let it go.
What's the next thing that happened?
The van came up and locked its tires up.
What do you mean locked its tires up?
Tried to stop and it was squealing.
Okay. And then?
He got the bike
Don't look down. Look here.
He got the bike again, and I asked him to get off it again.
Where was he riding it? Up and down the block?
Yes.
Well, where was he again when you told him to get off the bike?
Riding away from me.
And what did he say? Did he say anything?
No.
Okay, because you were just about to say he said something, but he didn't say anything.
No.
He just rode away.
Yes.
Then what happened?
He was about at the alley, and I went across the street to tell somebody, but there wasn't enough time because he was messing with my sister again, so I grabbed
was your sister in the alley?
No.
Where was she?
He rode up by the corner by that time.
And where was your sister?
My sister was on the side of the house, and he was tormenting her again.
Well, tell me how he was tormenting her. What was he doing to torment her?
Teasing her.
What did he do
bike.
to tease her?
He was saying, I want to see you get the bike back, and I'm not going to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I grabbed this broomstick and asked him to get off it again, and he rode around, turned around, and came riding at me laughing. So I took the broomstick and I hit him.
Where did you hit him?
I was meaning to hit him right here. Not that hard, but
Where did you hit him?
In the face.
Did he get off the bike?
Yes.
Step down. Tell me your name.
Tony.
Tony, come up here, please. How old are you, Tony?
8.
Do you know Cody?
Yes.
Do you remember when your brother picked up a stick and hit him in the mouth?
Yes.
Was your brother frightened after he did that? Don't look down. Was he frightened that he had hit him in the mouth?
Yes.
What did he say to you after he hit Cody in the mouth?
He didn't say anything.
How did you know he was frightened?
I saw his face.
Do you think he knew he had done the wrong thing?
Yes.
Do you think he did the wrong thing?
Yes.
Tell me how Cody got the bike from you.
I put it on the sidewalk and put its kickstand down and went playing with his sister, and he took it.
Did he ask you if he could ride it?
No.
He just took it?
Yes.
And what happened when he took the bike?
My brother was coming around the corner, and he asked him to get off because he saw me getting mad, and he said no and started riding away.
Is that when he hit him with the stick?
No.
When did he hit him with the stick?
And then he came back and got off the bike, and then I went back over to play, and then my brother went over across the street. He got back on the bike, and then he started riding over the side of his house. My brother came over from across the street, and he asked him to get off the bike, and so he got off the bike, and he started running with it and threw it in the street, and the van locked up its brakes, and I was trying to go get it. My brother holded me back, and he made Cody go get it, and then he got back on it. After he got it, my brother hit him with a stick, and he went in and told his dad.
Good girl. Sit down, Tony.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You think your son was justified in hitting this young man in the mouth, causing him to lose his front teeth?
Yes.
No wonder your son doesn't know how to behave.
And later today,
I was paying her cash.
Show me receipts.
She never wrote me receipts. You're self-employed. Why would I give you a receipt?
If you're going to speak to Miss Wash, you want me to throw you out?
No, I'm sorry.
You want me to throw you out?
No, I do not.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tammy and Kevin Chambers say their neighbor, 11-year-old Travis Bousman, hit their son, 13-year-old Cody, in the face with a broomstick. Travis says Cody was teasing his little sister.
How old are you, Cody?
13.
How come you got on Tony's bike?
She said I could ride it.
When did she say you could ride it?
When she was playing with my sister. I asked her nicely if I could ride it. She said yeah.
Did her brother come by and tell you to get off the bike?
Yeah, and I told him that his sister said I could ride it.
Okay. Did you take the bike and throw it in the street?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Tell me what happened when he hit you in the mouth.
I was riding the bike in the street. Then I went, turned up into the driveway thing by the alley. Then he whacked me.
Did you lose any teeth?
Yeah, my front one.
Which tooth?
This one.
So that's a false tooth?
Not false. It's
It's a crown?
Yeah.
So you had to go to the dentist? How many times did you have to go to the dentist?
Probably around 3 or 4 times, maybe.
Okay. You have any other work that you have to have done?
Yeah, I think so. I have to go back to get checked, the bottom teeth, see if they're all damaged.
Okay. Sit down. So, you think your son was justified in hitting this young man with a stick and knocking out his teeth? I'm asking you, now that you heard the story, you think your son was justified in picking up a broomstick and hitting this young man in the mouth, causing him to lose his front teeth?
I think he stuck up for his sister. That's what I would expect from my son.
So your answer is you think he was justified in picking up a stick and hitting him in the mouth over the bicycle. That's what I'm asking you, Mr. Bozeman.
Yes.
Yes. No wonder your son doesn't know how to behave. Listen to me. You had no right to hit him with a stick. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. Did your father tell you that?
Yes.
So if you told him that, how come you're not telling me that today, Mr. Bozeman? If you told him that he had no right to hit him with a stick, why do you stand there and assume the stupid position today that he was sticking up for his sister, and that's an appropriate response for a child to assault somebody with a weapon because he was teasing his sister, even if that happened? Are you going to answer me?
Yes.
Then answer me.
I feel that he was sticking up for his sister. The stick, maybe not to go that far, but sticking up for his sister, throwing the bike in the road, that was very serious to me.
Yes, I agree with you, sir.
Out in front of a van to go get it, that could have been her life.
Listen to me. Listen to me. That's a lot of who shot John. That part of the story was very well put together by both of your children using the exact same words. Wheels locked, truck, van, wheels locked. That didn't happen. The riding around on the bike happened. Maybe the teasing happened. Maybe your son said to him, get off the bike. And he said, I'm not getting off the bike. And then your daughter got upset. What I'm asking you is, was the assault justified?
He shouldn't use a stick, no.
Right. And if that was not justified, sir, you are responsible for these medical and dental bills. Do you understand that?
Yeah. May I say something else?
Sure.
It was wrong for her to corner my two children belligerently, swearing at them, and they didn't make that up.
No.
And she was drinking.
No.
They didn't make that up.
Listen
And
to
she
me.
did come after my wife, swinging, and her husband pulled her back into the house, and she did make my children cry at that point.
So, that has nothing to do with this case.
Okay.
If she behaved badly, that's something that she has to deal with. That's not an excuse for his behavior. You're not supposed to make excuses for your son's behavior that was wrong. He certainly understands the consequence of what he did, don't you?
Yes.
So, while he has a right to stand up for his sister, he has no right to assault someone with a deadly instrument. You get it?
Got it.
You get it?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,087. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was cornered at the house the whole
I
time,
didn't see the daughter.
making her cry.
The only one that was there was the boy, and I told him to go get his mother.
She was yelling at us.
Me and the mother got into it.
She said the B word and the F word.
She's the one that called me a... I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
I don't think I had the right to hit him.
I wasn't teasing the young girl.
He didn't have the right to push my sister around and call her names or throw her bike in front of a van either.
I do believe my kids.
I guess he can't protect them in all the ways.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Washington versus Shonen, step forward, please.
Salon owner Danya Washington is suing her former co-worker, manicurist Gianna Shonen, for unpaid booth rent. Danya says Gianna quit without paying her tab.
Miss Washington, according to your complaint, you own a beauty salon. The defendant rented a booth from you in that salon. You claim she left owing you rent. Some $300 is what your claim is. Ms. Shonen says that you wanted her out. She left. She owes you nothing. When did Ms. Shonen come to you to rent a space?
I believe it was in April or May.
When did she start to rent the space?
I believe April.
And what was the rental agreement?
The rental agreement was every Saturday when she came in, rent was due $75 on Saturday morning.
$75 a week?
Yes.
Starting when?
In April.
Okay. When was your last day at the salon?
It was the end of July. When I got there, I had 65 clients that moved with me from a previous salon. By the end of the time of the salon, I only had 5 clients left. I have my bank statement stating the money that I had made when I was getting there and how it declined.
Your Honor, she's lying.
My last day at the salon was because I went to go put my booth rent in on a Saturday evening.
She's lying.
She locked me out of the salon. She had changed the keys. I called her that evening. It was very late, and she told me that she locked me out because she hadn't spoke to me.
Okay. Miss Washington, at some point, you boxed up her things. When was that?
The last weekend in July.
Now, what do you claim she owes you rent for?
Booth rental. I have...
Booth rental. How much?
$300.
From when?
From June the 5th, she never paid booth rent. June the 12th, she never paid rent.
Okay.
June the 19th, I went out of town. She told me that morning, I'm going to come in and pay the manager. Don't worry about it.
Keep going.
June the 26th, she never paid rent again. She would show up and do clients, and we allowed her to do clients because she was thinking that we gave her a 5-day notice.
I was on commission during...
Shh. She was not on commission at that time. She's lying.
I don't know what commission is as opposed to booth rent.
Booth rent is you pay a flat fee every week. Commission is you pay out of everything you make.
So between the 5th of June and the 26th of June, how much money did you give her?
Your Honor, I was on commission during that time. When she took me off of commission,
I didn't take her off of commission.
She took me off of commission. She told me she could not afford to have me on commission in her salon. In June, I was paying her cash. I was paying her cash.
Show me receipts.
She never wrote me receipts.
Everyone in the salon has a receipt book, and they come to us and put the receipt in.
So really,
you're self-employed. You're self-employed. Why would I give you a receipt?
If you're going to speak to Miss Washington, you want me to throw you out?
No, I'm sorry.
You want me to throw you out?
No, I do not.
Do you have receipts from June 5th to June 26th?
The last, when I stopped writing checks, that's the last receipts that I have.
Why did you stop writing checks?
The copies of my bank
You're going to be gone. This is your last chance. Last chance. And you know, when I say last chance, it is your last chance. You got it?
Yes.
I'm serious with you. We don't talk out. This is a court. This is not a tea dance.
Yes, Your Honor.
You said that before.
I had went on commission. That's why when she
Just a second, Ms. Schoen. In May, were you on commission or booth rent?
In May, I was on booth rent.
And at the end of April, were you on booth rent?
In April, I was on booth rent.
So what you're telling me is Miss Washington, who was in business to make money, said to you, well, you can't pay me booth rent, which is what I want, which is $75, but I'm going to allow you, because your clientele is not so good, I'm going to allow you to go on commission, which means I'm going to make less money for the entire month of June. She's going to make less money. Is that right? Is that what you want me to believe? Is that, I just want to know, is that what you want me to believe?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the truth.
And then in the entire month of June, how much money did you give her?
It's all written down inside my book on the money I made.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Yes.
Every single time that she made money, she only every single time said, this is what I can give you. This is what I can give you.
Just a second. Miss Washington, I believe you.
Every single time.
I have copies of checks when I paid her.
Do you have the rent.
We started having a conflict after my
Listen to me.
dropped.
I do not believe you that this lady who was in business to make money would say to you, you don't have to pay that $75 a week because you don't have a good enough business to pay $75 a week.
Well,
pay less than $75 a week. So, all right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $300.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are extended on the calendar in the matter of Theodorov versus Rector Huff. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Theodorov, according to your complaint, the defendant, who is your sister, and the co-defendant, who is her fiancé, owe you some money for several things. First, a loan that you made to them for security deposit when they moved into an apartment. Second, some money for some bills that you loaned them. And finally, for the return or value of some personal property. Personal property consists of some furniture that you claim to have loaned them. And second, a ring set that you say was an heirloom from your mother given to you that you merely loaned to the defendant. Your last name is Huff?
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
In order to propose to your sister, and you were supposed to get it back.
That's correct.
And the defendants say that the money that you did give them was for babysitting for your daughter, that the furniture was furniture that you were going to throw out because you bought new stuff. And as far as the rings are concerned, the rings, your sister said, belongs to your mother, who is still alive, and she returned the rings to your mother. That the case? And then you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim argues that because of some disagreement that you and your sister had, she has embarked upon a vendetta and put sugar in your gas tank and ruined your bank credit because she locked into your bank credit online and caused you to lose money, lose wages, whatever. Anyway, you have a counterclaim for harassment. You and your sister and her fiancé lived in a house that you owned for a period of time. Is that right?
Yes.
And when was that?
That was January of '03.
And how long had you been living with your sister?
Just from January '03 until
October of '03.
Yes.
What happened with the house?
When they had first moved in, we had, made arrangements for rent. I asked for $100 out of each of their paychecks, which totaled $400 a month. I was lucky to get that.
You lost the house, according to what you wrote in your
Yes.
complaint. When?
In June, I had said, okay, you guys, I will cover the mortgage payment. You guys cover the bills. The bills didn't get covered. In October, I was drowning in debt. I'd just been through a horrible divorce. I just said, I got to sell the house. I got to get out.
And how much money did you clear from the house?
$5,000.
And what did you do with the $5,000?
I paid the deposits on the apartment, rent.
Which deposits?
Both for my apartment and for their apartment.
Is that right?
I have a copy of that check.
And how much was the deposit on your apartment?
$500.
Why didn't you have your own $500 for security deposit?
Because we had been babysitting for her daughter for the entire year that we lived with her, almost year. And she was supposed to pay us for that, and she never did. And she told us when she sold the house that she would pay our security deposit and give us $1,000 to pay our first month's rent and to get car insurance in order to clear the debt of watching her daughter.
And you say that never happened?
No.
Okay. How many rent checks do you have there for $400?
None of them are for $400.
We paid $100 out of each one of our paychecks.
Okay. How many $100 checks do you have to the plaintiff?
Approximately 10.
Now, may I see it, please? I have June 18th for $200. Well, so far, that's $1,150 that you have memorialized in rent, and you owe her $3,600 in rent.
Your Honor, during this time, we were a family. Cash kind of flowed back and forth. We never really thought that we would have to...
No. You cannot demonstrate to me that you don't owe her, at the time you moved out of the house, $2,450. And what about the other money that you gave them? Because according to your complaint, you gave them other money for bills.
I have another copy of some checks. And receipt. And these are bank statements with transfers documented on there from my account into their account. She would call me on my way home from work saying, Lori, the daycare check's going to bounce. Can you please put money in my account? And I always would. Because that's what your family's supposed to do for you, is to help you when you need help.
Well, when are you supposed to stop doing that?
I don't know. When they hurt you like I've been hurt, I guess. I'll never do it again.
Okay, now let me hear about the furniture. Do you really want to proceed with this furniture? Did you loan them the furniture, or was it furniture that you were going to get rid of?
No, it was not going to get rid of. As a matter of fact, when I asked for the dresser and queen set back, I was going to use it for my roommate when I moved into another home. And she goes, oh, so you'll let your roommate use it, but not your sister. I paid for the freezer. Super Bowl Sunday, we were at Home Depot, and I paid for it.
We paid for half of the freezer, but I do not have proof of that because I gave her cash.
No, she didn't.
Where's the freezer?
It's still on our patio, and we told her she could come get it at any time.
Why is that on your patio? Is that where you kept it?
Yeah, it's a chest freezer. It's the only place that'll fit.
Oh, fine. She's coming to get it. Make sure it's in good shape. She's coming to get it. Now let's get to the ring set.
The ring set that she's claiming isn't hers, was never hers. It was loaned to her by her mother. I have a sworn statement from her mother with a doctor's note as to why she couldn't be here.
I'd like to see it. Okay, your mother who signed this notarized letter, I'll let you read it. Your mother says that she loaned you the rings when you became engaged and then married, and now she's loaned them to your sister, and she certainly expects to have them back.
Mm-hmm.
They're in her possession now.
And they are in her possession now?
Yes, they are.
Okay, fine. So let's forget about the rings. Now, I want you to tell me about your counterclaim.
Okay. On July 3rd, my witness, Kelly Pruitt, saw
Lori Theodoroff break into my bank account on her computer upstairs.
Okay. Step up. Tell me your name.
Kelly Pruitt.
Miss Pruitt, how do you know these two people?
I worked with Lori Theodoroff at Kaiser Hospital, and we became friends. And I was living with her for 2 months. And on July 3rd, the day before we were moving out, she had confronted me about putting a listening device in Jennifer's apartment.
You put a listening device?
Yes. And had overheard Jennifer and I talking about helping her ex-husband to try to get her daughter, Sarah, so he can have full custody because Lori is not a fit mother.
And so I assume you had an argument?
Yes, she had confronted me and was very upset with me.
And what did you say to her?
It's true. I mean, I couldn't deny it. I do not believe how she treats her daughter is to be a fit mother. It's just not right.
Go ahead.
And so she got on the computer, and there were still bank statements in the computer from when Jennifer and Sean would make payments online. And so she charged over $1,000 worth of money online so their rent check would bounce.
Did you say anything to her when you found that she broke into her sister's account?
I said, why are you doing this?
And what did
they
she
could lose
answer?
their home. You're hurting Jennifer, not only Jennifer, but Sean and their son.
And what did she say?
She said, I wonder what else I can do. And then that's when she said, maybe I could put gas in her sugar tank, and laughed about it and said, I wonder what else I can find out to do to hurt them.
Do you recall going into your sister's bank?
No. I don't even know their password or their account number. Well, I know now because it's written on the check that I gave you. I don't know. And I really feel that Kelly's lying because I also have a suit against her for money that we moved into this duplex together. I fronted all of the money, $1,600. I was supposed to get the money from her on July 24th. I came home from work. She was moved out. And I'm sure that this is where these lies are coming from.
Okay. Do you have a police report
Yes,
with
I do.
regard to the bank statement?
Yes.
Okay. Can I see it, please?
I also have the payment activity from that day from our bank.
And Kelly agreed to come on here.
When did you say she moved out?
July 24th.
Well,
May I say something?
just a second. I really have to tell you, Miss Theodoroff, that the dates here don't gel with your statement. Because according to you, she moved out the end of July, which is when there was confrontation. She was supposed to get you money, and it wasn't until the end of July you came home and found her gone.
Right.
Right? And subsequently you sued her, which
Yes.
is why you say she's lying about this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but the report date on this to the Sacramento Sheriff's Department is July 4th, which is well before that. So it is unlikely that since you didn't file a lawsuit against her July 4th, that this testimony today, which is consistent with her police report, was not in retaliation for your lawsuit against her. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I believe so, yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
What kind of problem did you have?
A friend of mine caught her in someone's vehicle.
Okay, so you
and when
thought
she told me she was with
you
somebody
thought
else.
she was with somebody else.
She was with somebody else when she was supposed to be at her father's.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lori Theodoroff says her sister Jennifer Rector and her fiancé Sean Huff owe for a loan and for the return of property.
What else? Give me the rest. The gas tank.
The gas tank, she had told, as Kelly said, that she wanted to hurt me as badly as possible. And so the Tuesday after she moved into her duplex, my car broke down. Well, Lori had picked me up from the daycare where I was stranded and helped me get my car to a shop. Well, then all of this happened, and I found out about her breaking into my account, and I got very angry. And so because I was angry at her, she called the company, the shop where my car was, and told them not to fix it because I wouldn't be able to pay for it. And then I'd had the car back for 4 days, and I found sugar in my gas tank, and I took it straight to the police station and filed a police report.
I'd like to see the police report.
They picked a partial print, but they could not, it wasn't good enough to...
Right. Okay, so this is your statement. Nobody saw her put sugar in the tank. And I'm sure that you will tell me that you didn't do anything to their gas tank.
No, I did not.
Okay. All right, I have that you owe her $2,200, which is for the bills that she paid for you and the $500 deposit. Ms. Theodorov, I believe that you, as it happens, did exactly what Ms. Pruitt says with regard to the computer. I don't think that they have any proof that you, sufficient proof that you did anything to your sister's gas tank, but I certainly think that I am satisfied with her statement that you did, in fact, go into the computer and mess around with it. And how much did that cost you?
It ended up not costing us very much, only about $50.
Okay.
For canceling checks.
Okay. But as far as I'm concerned, there has to be some penalty for that. You understand me?
Yes.
Yeah. Because you can't do that vindictively. I mean, if you do that, you can go to jail for that. So, on your counterclaim for harassment, I am awarding you $500, which is 10 times the $50 that it cost you to reinstate your bank balance to what it should have been and to remove any penalties that have been placed on your account. You still owe your sister $1,700. Pay her. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Jennifer needs to learn that she can't mooch off people for the I mean, that's all she's done her entire life is mooch.
I have seen her hit and pull her daughter's hair and call her stupid and fat.
This has put a black spot on my heart, and I don't know that if somebody came to me and asked for help if I'd be able to do it.
What makes her such a good liar is she convinces herself that her lies are true well before she tells anyone else.
I mean, I love her, she's my sister, but I don't think I could help her anymore.
If I see her on the side of the road hitchhiking, I'm not going to pick her up because she'll just try to hurt me some more.
And now the next case.
All party in the matter of Demons versus Anise. Step forward, please.
22-year-old student Crystal Demons is suing her ex-boyfriend, 25-year-old truck driver Anthony Anise, for his share of a trip to Niagara Falls. Anthony is countersuing for unpaid rent.
Ms. Demons, the defendant was your boyfriend for a while. He's not your boyfriend anymore, and the two of you are squabbling at this point in your lives over a little bit of money. So I'm going to make very short shrift of this, and then I'm going to let you get on with your lives. How old are you?
22.
And you?
25.
It's your claim that he owes you some money for a trip you took together when you were still dating. He says he paid you for that trip, and he says you owe him money for rent. Right?
Right.
How long ago were you dating?
We dated from February to July.
And when was this trip that you took?
We took it in the beginning of April.
Where?
To Batavia, New York to see some of his friends.
And what was your arrangement?
The agreement was that we would put the charges on my credit card and he would pay me back the money for the charges. And his friends, because he knew them and everything, also gave us the hotel for half price.
Were you living together in April?
No, we were not.
Is that right, sir?
No. Well, in the beginning it wasn't, but when I got the place, she moved in with me.
Were you living together in April or not?
No.
I'm going to keep this simple. So you weren't living together, and you wanted to go away for a weekend.
Yeah.
You didn't have money?
No, we both wanted to go away, not just me. And it wasn't just to go see my friends. It was to go to Niagara Falls.
Did you go to the falls?
Yeah.
Had you ever seen them before?
No.
And you?
I had seen them before.
You wanted to see them together?
Yes.
How much did it cost you?
A total of $220.85.
How much did you give her?
I gave her $150 in the end of June in cash.
Did he give you money?
I never received cash from him.
When I sold a truck, I gave her cash.
That was not for the trip.
Just a second. So you did receive cash from him?
Yes.
At the end of June?
It was not for the trip.
What was it for?
I had I got conjunctivitis. I work with kids, and I missed a month of work, and I was falling behind in my bills, and I was going to ask my father for help. Tony offered to give me a little bit of money towards some of my bills that are my regular bills. It had nothing to do with this trip. And he gave me that amount, and I went and I had asked my father for the remaining amount to pay my bills.
All right, so he gave you $150?
Yes.
Get over it. Now, you want me to deal with you and the rent you say she owes you? I'm listening.
Well, when she moved in, when I got a place,
When did she move in?
in the middle of May. She stayed with me until July 4th, and I kicked her out.
What happened July 4th?
I had a problem with her, so I kicked her out.
What kind of problem did you have?
A friend of mine caught her in someone's vehicle.
Okay, so you
when she told me she was with somebody
you thought
else.
she was with somebody else.
She was with somebody else when she was supposed to be at her father's.
And what arrangement did you have in May when she moved in, sir?
You know, I really didn't have an arrangement with her. I'm only kind of suing because she's suing me.
So you really don't have a claim against her?
Not really, no.
Perfect, I love it. Easy. So your counterclaim is dismissed, right?
Okay.
Or you're withdrawing it because you really don't have a case. You just...
Well, I have no proof to that.
It was nuisance. No, you just said to me you had no arrangement with her for rent.
No, I didn't. Because I told her don't worry about anything.
Then you had no claim. And I find that you did give her $150 because now she acknowledges that, which is enough to cover your share of the expenses for the trip to Niagara Falls. So your claim is dismissed. Goodbye, have a happy life, get over it, don't bother me.